Hey guys, Diego here, and waiting on Miss Diego to get home. She should be arriving in about an hour, so figured we would continue the streams, give you guys the content that you want, maybe talk about Daytonas like we were uh, earlier on Archie's stream. And I'm going to drop the link really quick. And I take my first toilet break because I have to lay that blanket down behind me so that we don't have any echoes. So give me just a moment here. Okay, we're back. And Watch Out says, thanks for keeping the live streams going. Yeah, I don't mind doing it. I think I owe Tim a lot. And that's kind of behind the scenes stuff. But I don't know, people come to expect these streams at this time. And with him being in the air and not being able to do them, the least we can do is help him out. Home alone right now, waiting on the wife. Got nothing going on, so why not? So if you guys have any topics you'd like to talk about, feel free to type in the chat. One of the things that we were sort of discussing on Archie's stream was the Daytonas, and I've pulled up a few different web pages. Obviously, we have the Rolex store. We're going to see what they've got on the Collected Man. We're going to see what's on Sotheby's. We're going to look at Phillips Auctions, Swiss Watch Expo, Chrono 24, David SW, whatever you guys want to look at. Daytonas of old, Daytonas of new, predictions of where the Daytona is going now that we're approaching the 60th anniversary. So you guys just this is your community. This is your show. We're just hosting it. So if you want to go in any which direction, please let me know in the chats. We've got in the chats, we've got Dirk. We've got Horology Slut, Turtle Knight. Thank you for joining. And I guess the first question we will address is Horology Slut says, can you give some recommendations for women's watches? I will pester my man. I would say the watch if I were a woman, and I know that's going to get plastered all over the internet. Diego saying, if I were a woman, because we all know I am a woman, would be the new Explorer 1 36 mil. This watch to me, for a woman, it's elegant, it's dressy, it's sporty, it is robust. I don't think you can go wrong with this. And actually, she's saying Patek Philippe, though, not a fan of Rolex. Okay, yeah, we can take a look at Patek Philippe here. Let's see. Let's take a look. We're going to go to collection, and I don't necessarily think that you can sort by gender. So let's just see if there is an all option. Probably not. Oh, we can go to Watch Finder. So let's pull up her avatar again. Okay. I'm looking at you and I'm looking at the catalog. And I think the watch that would fit you best would be maybe this one. 4947G. This is a really beautiful looks like it's a annual calendar. You can't go wrong with that. Beautiful movement. You've got the diamonds on the crown. That's something that you don't really see very often. Beautiful tang buckle. I think that would go good with you. Look at that. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. So, perfect. Go back to the Rolex website here. I'm going to go through the chats as well. We have Meech is in the house. How you doing, Meech? Logan Hall. You're a gay Spanish bear woman. Exactly. Curly Q says, Diego, are you in a zero drama mode? How's dog skin? No, we can talk drama. I can, with the caveat that I will only speak on what I know. And if I don't know, I'm not open to making hypotheses, but try not to. Yeah, Dirk Diggler asks a good question. Okay, 5.5 inch wrists. Dirky. Okay, so maybe Cartier would be good for you. But if you like Patek Philippe, I think these watches are not very big. Let's look at the specifications really quick. Case is okay, so it's a 38, but the trend is that women are wearing larger watches. So there's nothing wrong with that. That might work. If you really are concerned about size, you could go into something like this, though it's, to me, kind of a boring watch. You're looking at $30,000 for a two-hand watch. It's got the micro rotor. That's cool. And we're looking at a 34.6 millimeter case diameter. So there are options. Patek Philippe is not cheap. We're going to keep on going through the chats. Is this for you, Diego? No, it is not. But hey, if I end up going that way in life, I will definitely consider it. Diego, what are you eyeing for your next Patek? To be honest with you, I am a fan of the 5711s. However, obviously these have been discontinued. So there's some talk that there is a new 5711 coming out. So yeah, maybe if one is announced, I can put my name on the list. However, with the Aquanaut, I guess part of the reason the watch was given to me was that I didn't ask for it. Every other person that came into the store, as soon as they knew that they were a Patek dealer, immediately said, not only do I want a Submariner and a GMT and a Daytona, but get me the Aquanaut. So I don't know if asking for this would be a good play or not. Let's see. What's a slot's best friend? Haraji Slut. Is there a woman version of your watch that you showed on the other night? Yes, there is. You're talking about the Aquanaut. Let's take a look at that. And while I am... Oh, shit. We got a link for producer Mark. Dropping the link one more time for everybody. And let me just scroll through these chats really quick, and then we'll go ahead and look at the female Aquanauts. And they also have female Nautilus. Props for filling in for Tim. Thank you, Dis. Link for the lesbians. Always welcome. We love gay women. And MLNJ's right. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It's called genetics, baby. Should I drop your name on cams or cams at ATLAD? Probably cams, because then there's more watches for me. All right, so let's go to the collection. I think we're all kind of caught up on the chat, and we're going to go to first Aquanaut, because that's what I have. So 5167R and 5167, those are 40s. And you've got it in the A with the bracelet. Once you get to the white gold, I think you're approaching 42. Travel times are 40. Really, I think 40.1. Once you get to the chronos, you get a little bit bigger, but they have this whole selection here of women's Aquanauts. So the one closest to mine aesthetically would be the 5267, which is a quartz. So keep that in mind. You're looking at a quartz movement Patek Philippe. We have a case of 38.8 millimeters and a price of $21,050. So that's not necessarily cheap for a quartz watch. You're also dealing with a non-display back. if you've got the money to spend, I might look at the older references of the Aquanuts, which are actually smaller. So let's take a look at this. I don't know if this is quartz though. Yeah, this is quartz. So let's try to filter the movement to be automatic. So automatic movements only. We're low to high. So here you've got one for $33,000. So this is the 5066A. It's kind of the precursor to the 5167. Same look, almost the same movement. Kind of same whole aesthetics. And you're looking at a case of, don't quote me here, but I think it's 38 millimeters. So if you want to go Aquanaut and you don't want to go quartz, I would recommend one of these old vintage Aquanauts. I think they're really cool. If you must go, like current production, you've got this option here. And, different color variations. Not a cheap watch, though. Going to look at the chats again. And we'll also take a look at the female Nautilus really quick. Just get caught up here. My ex had a 5711. His dad was a European art dealer. Okay. And yeah, yuck, quartz, I agree. No, quartz has its place in our lives. And Blondie, jump on. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Swinging Kangaroos has turned on the super chats. Give me just a second here. Got my lever. And here we go. Here's a super chat button. Okay. Through the switch. Roger says, I'm open with my sexuality, Blondie. You don't have to be mean. Okay. Dark says, engage. Okay, so here we go. This is the Nautilus lineup. It kind of looks like it defaulted by female first, so I wonder if that's Google's interpretation of me, or if maybe Miss Diego was in here earlier looking at her dream watch. For you, I would say maybe this watch would be good. 7118/1A, 35.2 millimeters for the price of $30,750. Not bad. Not a bad watch at all. One of the things I don't like about these is the font in the hands. But I mean, it's kind of a more sporty version of the 5711. You could also, if you wanted to go full bust down, you've got this option here, which is that's a lot. That is a lot. So okay, it looks like we've got quite the brawl in the chat. So thank you for your questions, Horology Slut. We are going to now focus on Daytona. So, question I have for you guys is, if you were to buy a Daytona past present, what configuration are we going? What do we want to see? Swinging Kangaroo, how long was your wait time for your Patek? Talked about it a few times on the streams, and I probably shouldn't talk about that anymore. So, yeah, it wasn't that long. So, but it might upset some people. So I probably shouldn't have brought that up when I got the watch. This is the watch that everybody wants, the Panda. To be honest with you guys, I'm I much prefer just the black. I think it's a much, to me, it's a much better looking watch on the wrist. Master Nuts and Holder. I've got 3 Daytona Steel. Excellent. Jump on the stream and we can talk about them. And Horology Slut, you're welcome. Happy to help. Rose Gold. What is the best value Daytona? Hoff asked this earlier. I would say right now, there's a few different ways to look at this. One is from an investment standpoint. The other is from a watch that's going to last you a long time. So I think right now, you want a watch that's going to be, and let's just say we're buying gray, and you got to buy gray. I would say the 116520. This is the pre-ceramic Daytona. Solid end links. It's got the polished lugs. It has the, if you get the tail end of this generation, you've got the same clasp as a modern Daytona. And I think just constructability wise, this is a watch that should last a while. If you want to talk about collectability, you've got the Zenith Daytona. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an issue with this watch, but you got to understand with these Zenith Daytonas, you're dealing with hollow end links. You literally could take that end link if you took it off and you could compress it and squish it. So the bracelets on these probably won't last a lifetime. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful wearing them. You can, if you fall on your hands and your wrist is swollen, you can damage these bracelets. The best value, I would say it would be a 16519. My personal opinion, if you're looking to buy a Daytona, best value, get yourself a white gold Zenith Daytona. These are going to come on leather straps. Some people like that, some people don't. I think it's really incredible. This is, let's just see if we can get this image in a new tab. See the super chat, I'll address that briefly, or quickly, I should say. Oh shit, page not found. Here we go. Look at that. I mean, holy shit. This is to me a work of art. Now, I don't know if Zenith Daytonas had the polished, the gold, if they had polished lugs here, or if they were supposed to be brushed. So that may, and this bezel looks really brand new, but that's kind of the look that I think, it's just best value. Now, really quickly, before we move on to the super chat, how can you tell the Zenith Daytona from a Rolex in-house movement? Tim pointed this out long ago. Very smart of him to point this out because it's the easiest way. If you look at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock register, the center, if you move from 9 to 3, you're going to intersect the center of both registers. On the modern Daytona, if you look at the registers at 3 and 9, let's find you a good photo here. Probably the worst photo, but you can look right here. When we draw a straight line through the dial, these registers are actually a little bit higher. So, okay, let's go through the chats. And we've got Anthony Pellegrino. I love the rose gold, but it's never happening. Well, hey man, don't say never. What's your typical rose gold Daytona that you want? What configurations? Thank you for the super chat. If I don't see your response, just keep spamming it. I'm sure, or actually type my name and I'll be able to see it on my other window. Okay, we've still got Horology Slut and Blondie going at it. You guys, maybe tone it down a bit. We're all adults here. Diego, why are you always bringing up hype stuff? I don't know that I'm always bringing up height stuff. I like to talk about a lot of old watches like JLC Reversos, and I really like that Hoyer Carrera chronograph, the 3111. Those are like $3,000, $4,000. Show's decent on mute. You should try it with the computer off. It's even better. And yeah, Dirk says don't like leather, but if price is right, could be inclined. Yeah. So the advantage of buying those Zenith Daytonas on leather, the gold is, there's not a lot of value in the strap. You've got the deployant and you've got the watch head. So you could probably get those in the 20s, the low 20s. Okay. Because you bring nothing to the table, absolutely nothing, no knowledge. Been in this hobby 5 minutes. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. Okay. Bring up the APH dial next. Well, I don't know what an APH dial is. I don't know anything, so can't bring that up. Okay, got another super chat from Swinging Kangaroo, and let me just see if Anthony has responded. No, not yet. Okay, he says 116509 with bracelet, silver dial, silver black dial, or white gold black racing dial, pre-owned with bracelet. Okay, let's take a look at that. So I think the 116509 is still a modern reference that you can buy. So we're going to put that on the bracelet. And he is saying silver black dial. So let's take a look at the dial. Ooh. Okay, so here's what Swinging Kangaroo is saying. I'm just going to remove your super chat so we can look at this a little better. It's very nice. Very nice. And guys, Miss Diego just got home, so I am going to have to jump off in about 5 minutes unless somebody else can jump on and continue the show. Give me just a second, fellas. I'll be right back, and I'm going to drop the link. Hey, can you say something, OC? I don't know if my headphones are working.
Check, check, check.
Okay, perfect. I'll be back in just a sec.
Hey guys, hope everyone's doing well tonight. Just hanging in the background, Diego's doing a magnificent job. I'm learning a lot. It's the Daytona. It's the Daytona. It's not to love. I want Dis to jump on. Dis, jump on if you're not asleep.
Okay, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. We are in the presence of royalty. Trump, how are you?
Not bad, Diego. OC, how are you? How are you guys?
Doing good, Mr. President.
Excellent. I thought I might just keep you guys company until somebody else pops on.
Thank you so much. It's a great honor. I wanted to give Swinging Kangaroo his money's worth really quick on this super chat. I'm going to pull up the racing dial 116509 really quick. So many different variations. Black racing dial, he says specifically. So let's take a look at this one. So yeah, a lot of red there. Very in your face kind of Daytona. Yeah, these are pretty cool. We know somebody in the community that has one of these, but in a white dial, and it's, let me see if I could find it. I think it's this watch right here. It's really, really beautiful in person, so you can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that. Well, thank you for jumping on, OC. I'm going to have to leave here in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, no worries. And, let's continue on and ask the president a question. Mr.
Sure.
President, any comment on the FBI raid? This is the raid of Mar-a-Lago, obviously.
It was the raid, but yeah, absolutely. I can't really say anything until OC. I am looking for representatives. You available?
I would be doing you a terrible disservice, Mr. President.
Do you know a guy?
There is a man, Saul Goodman, that may be available, but I believe he is currently incarcerated.
I might be meeting him soon in that case.
Jesus Christ. Got a super chat. Anthony Pellegrini says rolls, I can't speak, rose gold on bracelet, black dial. Let's pull that up. And I also have, while we were talking about Trump's incarceration, I was looking at some of the previous listings on the Phillips auction, but we can get back to that in just a second. So OC Anthony was saying kind of his dream Daytona would be a 11605 rose gold on a bracelet with a black dial. So I believe this is his dream watch. Oops. Yeah, discover. Let's go. Oh, I keep hitting configure. I apologize. There we go. What do you guys think? Trump, thoughts?
I think it's a very nice configuration. Yeah, my Uber driver has something that looks very similar.
Is there anything that you would change about his choice, or do you think he's hit a home run here?
I like the chocolate dial myself, personally.
Okay.
I think if you're spending a lot of money, black and white dials. Yeah.
I can respect that. I really the chocolate dial, I think, is pretty damn good. Uh-oh, where did OC go? We've got this in the back room. Type 1 if you want this on. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I had a connection issue. Yeah, these are all nice. All these rose gold ones are nice.
They are. I think this is solid, but for me, I don't know if it was UOC saying that you kind of wish that they would make these with those black ceramic bezels as an option or possibly as an update. Was that you? Anyway, I think this watch could really gain a lot if you gave it that black ceramic bezel, because it would kind of tie in with the subdials there. You really make it pop. And apparently these are just scratch magnets. And I think it was OC talking about this. Even just putting your hands in your pocket, or even wearing your sleeves over the watch, it will scratch the shit out of it. So.
What are your thoughts on baguette hour markers?
I love it. Speaking of which, let's take a look at
because the 60th anniversary, that's a diamond anniversary. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Yeah. So this is the watch that one of our esteemed panel members owns. It's got baguette markers. He was pointing out something interesting, that the one thing that he wishes they would change on this watch is to get rid of the loom on the minutes and hour hands, because there is no loom on any of the other indices. And it kind of, I don't know if it kills the vibe necessarily when the loom pops up, but that's kind of what he would change. And I'm just going through the chat here again. Captain Kirk, my eyelids are getting heavy and I feel very sleepy. It's working. How? Hey man, I got to go to sleep here in a few hours, so I'll be replaying this stream on repeat.
Make sure you're upvote, guys.
Yeah, don't forget to upvote. How many do we have right now, Trump?
I'm using 2 devices, and I can't trust either of them. One of them says 9, and it. Oh, okay, it has moved to 10.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to drop the link one more time. Diego's just getting unpacked. She's going to take the dog for a walk, and then I'm out of here. Looking at the Phillips auctions, I believe this is the May 2018. Which one do you guys want to take a look at? Because there's quite a selection here. Oh. Call this one the unicorn. This is interesting. Never seen anything like this.
That looks like weirdly polished. The lugs looks very strange.
It does, right? Like it's very, and it's a shame too. I mean, that's, the DNA of that watch as it left the factory is gone. It's kind of hard to kind of tell what it was originally. I've never seen a Rolex bracelet like that either. I wonder if that's original. I wonder if it is white gold as well. Or actually, no, this is probably steel. Yeah, I'm sure it's very special, but not really worth looking at. Put this guy here. This is pretty cool. You see the different profile of the lugs right there?
Totally different.
You can almost, I don't know if I can scroll down. Oh, yeah. You can still see a nice sharp line. You've got those old fold over links in the bracelet. Literally just a piece of steel about 2 links wide. Actually, almost 3. They just fold and fold. It's pretty awesome. And they used to do that with the Jubilee bracelets too, on a much smaller scale. And this watch is nice. And people always talk about faded tropical dials and all that, and this is a good example of a watch that has that, and I can kind of understand why people go crazy over it. This is a lot more interesting than just a standard black dial where you see, there are a dime a dozen now at this point.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Pavel's right. A 37 Daytona wouldn't look too bad. However, the only issue with these older Daytonas is they were chunky monkeys, as Mike the Snake would say. They all had those acrylic bubble crystals. So while the profile on the wrist is better, when you look down on the watch, like this is a very, let's see if we can make this full screen. This is a very thin watch. You compare that with hold on a second here. And Dis, how you doing, man? Sorry, getting all into the Daytonas.
I'm sleepy.
Man, what do you think of this Daytona, Dis? If you won the lottery, you going and getting this?
Yeah, definitely, man. That's fucking
beautiful. That's incredible.
Yeah, wow.
Looks like it has the original brushing on the lugs too. And if it's not original, it was at least done by Rolex in a service center.
Is it from the 70s, 60s, or when is it from?
I would assume that circa 1974. And in 2018, it sold for 218,000 Swiss francs. Is that the CHF? That's Swiss francs?
Yeah.
Wow. Killer watch. Now this is very interesting. This one they call the Arabian Night.
Nice with Arabian.
Wow. Holy shit.
That looks
Damn.
very rare.
Yeah.
It does. It does. It kind of goes to show that Rolex has had a long history of Arabic dial Daytonas. Just really watches made for the Arabic market as a whole. For a long time. This is also 1974. And look at this, just their loom plot. You know, that's just tritium. That's incredible. You can, I really like this website. You can see the detail and everything.
Yeah, very good pictures.
This
Yeah.
would be, and just so everybody's aware, we're on Philip's website, and I'm having no issues looking at listings from 2018. So if you do want to go down that vintage rabbit hole, this might be a good resource, better than any kind of Google image search, because the way the watch market is right now, it seems like anytime you Google for a watch, you're inundated with watch listings, right? Whether past or present. And most of the time they're very shitty photos. But this is almost like our own library of Congress for watches, the Phillips auctions. Sotheby's. Oh. Yeah. So what's everybody up to tonight?
Well, I was technologies.
Yeah, This, you did a great job on that show.
Thank
You know,
you.
my apologies for how my outburst and interruption went. That wasn't supposed to go exactly that way.
It's okay. No worries.
No, but I was going to be in the back room and then send you a couple of notes in the private chat, but then I was in the stream, and then I was winging it, but it went sideways, so I apologize.
Yeah, no problem, Zero. No problem, man.
Yeah, and apologies again on my outburst days. Like I said, I got home and it was just like, get this shit under control, Dis. There's like dogs barking. There's Mike's rubbing on Ross's chest.
Turtle Knight says, I think that's exactly how I planned it. It wasn't exactly how I planned it. I was trying to get Marcelo to shut up a little bit. So I was trying to jump on and change the subject. And at the same time, I knew that if I did that, the audience would either be like super pro or super negative. And they chose super negative. And that was fine.
I've been really busy shredding paperwork all night.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Did you, OC, did you get, let me see if I can pull this one up. Did you get a chance to look at this swatch right here? This is the Zenith white gold on leather.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. It almost looks too good. You know what I mean? Like new old stock.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect.
Typically, you know, some of these plots in the bezel are going to be faded to some extent.
Yeah.
But I think
the APH dial, Diego, is there are a lot of versions of the Daytona where the word Cosmograph printed on the dial, there's a little bit of a space between the APH and the rest of the word, and they call that an APH dial, where it looks like there's a little bit of a gap or a half space in the word Cosmograph, and those aren't particularly rare, but they're just sought after by collectors. It's just something different.
Yeah, I know what an APH dial is. I was just giving 3 a little bit of shit.
Yeah, thank God.
But here we see, you know, this watch is still stickered, which at least on this lug, I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if that's original because, you know, they've got those kits right now where you can put stickers on your watches, but that might explain the pristine condition. And I think Mr. Zoso was saying that's a modern bezel. I don't know my Zenith Daytonas well enough to differentiate between modern and new. So, but yeah. And Turtle Knight says, "OC, I could see your good intent. Kudos for jumping in when you thought something needed to happen."
No, it was actually in retrospect, I wouldn't have done it that way at all. This had 100% handle on the show, and he was doing a great job. And you can see at the end of the show what a great job he did. And I shouldn't have interjected at all.
Yeah.
It's okay. No problem, man.
Okay. Glad everybody's on the same page. We got a super chat from OG Hash Hockey. He's been really contributing the past week or so as Tim's been in Australia. So thank you for your support. He says, "Good MC Diego. Asprey London started the Era Rolex partnership. Check the Asprey Vintage Rolex collection." Fuck me dead. Let's take a look at that. And how do I? Whoops. I'm trying to figure out how I can go back to this share screen without closing it and then reopening it. Okay, so we're looking for Asprey Vintage Rolex.
No, you don't have you don't have to close the tab at all. Just go to this right here.
Hold on.
Yeah. And you don't have to close the tab.
Oh
You
shit.
just keep it
Okay.
open. Cool.
Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay. And OG, is there like a specific website that I need to be going to, or because I'm kind of just seeing a lot when I searched for Asprey Vintage Rolex collection, I'm just seeing a lot of vintage watches.
We can't ignore this guy though, can we?
What's he saying? Jesus Christ.
Diego Polnick, my neck is as thick as a normal person's wrist, but that's not even your face, you know. So it's kind of like, is that your face put through Photoshop? I don't think so.
I don't think
That's
so.
super. That's very, very lazy.
Yeah, very lazy.
I agree,
it's like-
Trump.
Super
Yeah, it's
lazy. I mean,
close.
come on.
It's close,
Come
but
on.
not quite there. Close,
It-
but very good.
When you troll, you need a trifecta. You need the photo, the name, and the message. It all needs to tie in.
Jesus Christ, this guy's good.
And you need a kernel of truth too. Diego's neck isn't that thin.
Exactly.
It's not
It all
like
has
it's
to.
not like a giraffe neck or anything. It's a normal neck. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And Hash Hockey, you're gonna have to help me here because I don't really know what I'm looking at. Maybe I search Asprey London Rolex. We'll see what comes up.
Somebody asked in the chat about Green Room's new channel. It's called Green Stream. Green Stream.
Do you want to throw that in the private chat and I will post it? I don't mind doing that.
Well, I'll try. It's a bit problematic, but I'll try.
People can find it on their own. They can just search Greenstream on YouTube and they'll find it. Not a problem.
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to find. Yeah,
They'll
for some
never
reason.
find it.
It's
It's
buried.
because he
Just
has
like
no
Green
subscribers and it's a generic name. It probably comes up, "Did you mean?" And it probably has 100 different variations before it says, yeah, never mind. It's
Yeah.
stupid
Trump,
name.
Mr. President Trump, I didn't know you were so good at searching YouTube videos.
Yeah. He kind of knows. Yeah. That's interesting.
You got to do something between rallies.
Is that how you spend the majority of your executive
I can't
time
tweet.
between like 8 a.m. and noon?
I used to tweet. I used to have a Twitter account, a
Oh,
little
yeah, that's right.
small Twitter account. Don't know if you heard of it. And yeah, they don't let me do that anymore. So I watch YouTube.
What
So
was
this
that? Was,
article-
was that like a weird Arabic submariner?
Yes. That was a 1680 with the Conjar. It says it
Conjar.
sold for $300,000 at Phillips in 2018.
Very
So no Cyclops. Very cool.
OG Hash Hockey $2 says Asprey London watches on Instagram.
Instagram. Okay. OG, you may next time Tim's on. I don't have Instagram on my computer. You might have to just remind him that you brought up the super chat, unless.
Yeah, I might as well make myself useful.
Yeah, see if you can pull that
I can
up.
find it.
Yeah, because I don't even know my password. So logging in on my PC would be. We can try. Instagram. Log in. A real original Diego.
Let's. I'm going to take yours. Oh, I'm there.
Yeah, let me take mine off. Yeah, yours is on the screen. So mine should be gone now.
So what was it? The Daytona?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I think he's just kind of saying, he said in general, let's pull it up back up. He said, Asprey London started the Arab Rolex partnership. Check the vintage collection. So
Gotcha.
I think just Rolex in general. That's now, was Asprey London a retailer, or what do we know about them?
I don't know anything.
I think they were a jeweler, weren't they? Were they diamonds? Diamonds or jewelry?
Oh wow! Look at this one. This is a white gold King Midas.
Holy shit!
jar.
Look at that
Lapis
box.
lazuli. Holy shit!
I think we found OC's next watch.
Holy fuck.
Live on the stream. Can you zoom in on that at all? I mean, that's fucking
No.
sick.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for the
Hey,
distraction.
you gotta save that. Go back to that. You gotta hit that little save thing so you
hit the save
can
button.
see. Yeah. Lapis lazuli. Very.
I can just hit this.
Yeah, you hit that, and then you can always go back and look at that.
Good to know. Instagram 101 with Diego.
Yeah, and that's a very private thing too. You don't want to show people what you're saving.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah. Boom.
What's everybody's predictions on, everybody's saying that there's going to be a new 41 mil or an updated Daytona, and that the Daytona hasn't been updated in a long time. I mean, it's very recent that the Daytona received the ceramic bezel in the new profile on the gold pieces, right? I mean, kind of pointed this out last time we were on the stream, but these gold pieces. Come on, let's get this focused.
What if they do a frosted material?
See those flat edges? I mean, that's an update in the case. So I wouldn't say that they haven't done anything with the watch in 20 years. What do you guys think?
You notice how clever Blondie's gotten in the chat? I mean, she has really honed her skills. She is freaking fantastic. She is like extremely intelligent troll now. And when she aims her laser beam on somebody, she's very, very effective. Shout out to you, Blondie.
Yeah, and we've got SE, big supporter of the channel. He's saying, can't super chat from where I am. Tried it yesterday in appreciation of your drama-free, high-quality dress watch talk and failed. Keep it up, boys. 2 weeks from now, I'll be home and keep pushing you again. Well, thank you, SE, and thank you for your kind words.
If you go to timwright.com, you can find how to PayPal Tim, for your instead of your super chat.
Yep. And I think I kind of agree with Captain Kurt. They're not messing with the Daytona, I don't think. And Curly Q says, in the Oyster Flex Daytona always last to be changed.
But this is the thing where nobody really knows. Nobody really knows what they're doing. Does 60th anniversary mean anything to them, or is it just, discontinuation of a few dial colors and introduction of a few more dial colors, or is it? Do they think back 3 or 4 years ago? Listen, when we do the revamping of the Daytona, it's going to be we're going to do the product development so it coincides with the 60th anniversary. I don't effing know. I don't think anybody knows, right? Does it's just like every year it comes and goes, kind of like the Air King did, like year after year. The Air King's going to be discontinued or revamped, and then finally you get it right, and then it's the same with the Milgauss and the Daytona. One of these years we'll predict it and get it right, but it's always fun to think about which ones will get discontinued and which ones won't. I know a lot of the gray dealers were talking about discontinuation of the Platinum Daytona or discontinuation of the green dial John Mayer Daytona in order to, obviously, very self-serving purposes to kind of incentivize people to buy them at whatever price they were in the current market.
I agree.
I don't. I think there's certainly some configurations that could do with some new dial colors, and this whole idea of making the case bigger or adding a date. I mean, that's just like it's impossible to know.
It's, to me, everybody says the watch needs to be bigger. And Tim brought up a good point once. He said maybe they'll introduce a Daytona 2 and keep the current lineup going. So that's option one. But my other thought is, you see what Rolex did this year with the Platinum 36 mil day date. It kind of shows that they're not opposed to staying with the smaller sized watches. We saw that with the new 36 mil Explorer 1. They're not adverse to staying in a traditional size. So I think it would be quite the stretch to just give up on the lineup of the 40 mil or 39 point whatever Daytona that's been around since the Zenith days. I think I just don't see that happening.
The thing about the Daytona that sometimes people forget is that, and I think you brought it up very recently, is that of modern chronographs, it's one of the thinnest you can get.
Yes.
If you look at Tudor, if you look at Zenith, if you look at Omega, if you look at many of the others, once you have an automatic chronograph, you're looking at 13 to 14 millimeter case height, total height. And the Daytona has always been svelte at 12 millimeters or like 11.8 or whatever. I mean, really thin for an automatic chronograph. And I don't think that's an advantage that makes that watch extremely wearable for a whole variety of wrist sizes and shapes, and makes it a unisex choice. I don't know if they want to give that up and they wouldn't want to give it up, I wouldn't think, by making the case diameter bigger, even by 1 millimeter, if it meant that there was a risk that the watch would get thicker.
Yeah, and not only that, but we were talking about the Zenith and the non-Zenith versions. What happened there was a movement change. Luckily, the dial size wasn't affected. But let's go look at some of these Navi timers, and you can see that same movement.
All right, that's it. Diego, you got to grab control of the stream, okay? You don't even have 100 viewers going on right now. Enough of this nonsense, okay? This boring crap. We are talking about the Green Stream, Green Room's new channel. Everyone better like and subscribe. Can someone mute this guy below me?
God, dude.
He's not even putting his camera on because he's laying in bed, because all you guys are talking about is putting him to sleep. I hear him fading away.
Fair point. I'll finish my point really quick. You've got these original 41 mil size, and that dial layout to me is very, very appealing, right? But then when you get up to the bigger sizes, the 46, you've got all this dead meat space around. So, and you can also see it kind of shifted down. So I think if you get a 42 41 mil Daytona, you can't really have that without updating the movement as well, which is a very big deal for a company like Rolex to do. And Hoff, you
What's up,
have
fellas?
the reins, man. You came in hot.
Well, I just had to give OC a little of his own medicine.
Oh my
And
God,
you
that was-
too. You guys were going a little nuts today earlier.
That was great. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad.
apologize.
I've already tendered my resignation as honorary co-producer of the Archie Luxury live stream.
It's
I want
a tough
nothing to do
gig.
with it.
It's a tough gig. Uh-oh.
Link to the
Link
narc.
for Narc. The Narc $2. Aussie. Blondie biological clock ticking fast. Used by D. He really is something else, huh? Turtle Knight. What's worse than shirt mic noise? Diego's voice.
Oh,
Very nice.
Hoff's got some fans. Look at
Yes. I can tell.
that. Yeah.
Diego,
So-
thanks for
Guys.
teaching me the difference between a Zenith Daytona and a modern Daytona. I didn't quite know that. I was going to Google it the other day, but got distracted.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily the difference, but it's a way to identify it very quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Forgive me. I didn't realize we had Mr. President in the house, too. He's doing all the rounds this evening, huh?
How are you, Huff?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you, Mr. President?
Not too bad.
You were
Andrew
on fire
Tate
this
talked to
earlier. Thank you for saving the show earlier.
Did I?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Great material.
Thank
Whoever
you.
your writers are, A+.
Thank you very
Guys.
much.
On that
Hoff, you
note, I'm
actually
gonna leave
No,
the
this-
stream and what?
Stay, stay.
I get my
I don't
material
have
from
much to
Daniel Katz, the man
contribute.
himself.
What?
No, I was going to say, Hoff, do you actually want to talk drama? Do you actually want to talk like all of the current events and all the strategy behind the current events and try and analyze and decipher what's really going on?
Sure, why not? I'm always down for a little drama talk. As long as we're not talking Breitling.
Yes.
I mean, the thing is, like, even though we're kind of on the inside, we're really on the outside. We have
I'll
no
tell you
idea what's going
what,
on.
Bear has me convinced I don't know whether all this stuff was scripted or not anymore after talking to Bear.
Well, did you hear what Bondage said? That the initial reaction was true, but the dramatization after the fact for super chats was fabricated.
Oh, that I could see.
Yeah. So
Hold on. I think Mr. Windbag is asking for a link for Narc.
No, really,
Yeah.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to you guys and doze off.
All right,
Good.
this.
All right, get
All right.
some rest, my friend.
Yeah, I actually
Okay,
have been
and I
enjoying
want to
the
send
dungeon.
love. I want to send love to everybody in the chat. More love, less hate. Let's all be friends.
Here,
hey,
here.
Dis,
Agreed.
can you? How about? I just want to end with one thing. I know. Do you still go outside? Like, do you still go to restaurants and stuff, or do you just stay at home all day?
I go outside, to run errands, but
Okay.
I
I just
don't
wanted
know.
to make sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not a vampire yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you weren't, maybe incorporate that into your day. So, but hey, man, it was
Yeah.
good seeing you. And
Thanks
we'll
for the
talk soon.
concern. Okay,
Yeah.
bye bye, guys.
Yes.
Take
See you
care of
later,
this.
Dis.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, so I definitely I just can't figure out, is Archie and Green Room really mad at each other, and is that part fabricated?
I don't know.
I guess
I don't
only
know
time
either
will
of them.
tell, right?
Yeah, I don't know either of them personally. What I will say is it really hasn't been bringing in the super chats.
No, I think the whole audience is so jaded at this point. You just
Yeah.
can't even buy into anything, especially on that trip.
Yeah.
Can we agree? What do you think was kind of a bigger dumpster fire? Timmy going to Vegas for 7 days, or this 10-day Australia trip?
I don't think It's funny that whenever you add alcohol into the mix with Tim, you end up with the same result. You know, one day of utter chaos, but it always seems to work itself out. He's like the cat with 9 lives, you know. And I don't know how many times it's happened in Las Vegas, in New York, and now in Australia. There may have been other places too where, you know, the drunken stupor happens, and then time heals all wounds, and all is forgotten. I don't know, the larger question, I think, or the interesting narrative that I'm seeing is, and we have 100 of the most loyal followers watching now. So I'm gonna ask the panel and ask the followers: do you think there's a rift brewing between Tim and Archie?
Oh, we're going there already. All right, nice.
We're gonna go there. I mean,
OG hash hockey $2. Fight drama. AC3 needs Hermes signed Daytona. Daniel Katz, a 279. Yeah, but this was the 9th life.
I think Tim has a lot of lives left in him, but yeah, I mean, I think Green Room, yeah, you know, he'll land on his feet, he'll be back in the fold, all that stuff. But the real question is there a real rift between Tim and Archie, or should there be?
I think there's a competition for sure.
Yeah.
I
I
think-
think they're turning into true frenemies at this point, where there's absolutely a competition. I think Arch is seeing the super chats that Tim's been getting on a consistent basis, and I'm sure, no doubt, is envious of them.
Yep. Hey guys, Miss Diego just got back with the dog, so I bid you guys adieu. Keep the show going, and
Say
right,
hello,
Diego.
and all the best to Miss Diego.
I will. Trump, it was a pleasure.
As always, with you, Diego. Take care.
See you. Bye, guys.
I've always been good night, Diego. I've always been of the opinion that the two of them are stronger together.
Yeah,
Likewise.
likewise.
Much that they complement each other, and you know, Tim's show, the viewers very much overlap, the audiences overlap a lot, and the characters overlap, and the more that they work together in friendly co-opetition, the better for both.
Yeah,
because
I think they bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, because the concern is that there's more and more YouTube watch competition than ever. These new podcasts and these new guys popping up, and these dealers that have the shows, and I think it's important for them to be unified. But I think there's some people that think that that Archie should, get rid of Tim, and there's some people that on the Tim side that think it's time for you to go it on your own without Archie. And let's see how. I mean, it's curious to see how strong those forces are within those two camps.
Absolutely. And Daniel, the legendary scriptwriter, how are you, sir?
Yes. I'm working on the roast if it exists. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna figure things out, Hoff. I'm gonna NOC. I'm seeing my shrink in a couple of weeks, so we'll sort it out from there.
Very good. John Davy, do you know who John Davy is? I spent time in Sydney with Archie, Tim, and Green Room, and didn't witness any conflict, getting along 100%.
But wasn't that before the kind of last blow up? I couldn't see them getting along 100% before the drunken slap fest.
There was before the fridge. Remember, OC before they took off, he was getting all rattled.
About the washing machine.
Yeah, supposedly because of the washing machine.
It was Tim's shirt that he that he wore for 78 hours straight that ultimately broke Archie's washing machine. I don't think there's a coincidence there. The Narc, $2 Aussie. Diego pleasures his wife with the same energy as he speaks.
Oh, come on.
I know.
Well, let's leave that out.
He's a real nasty one.
Yeah,
tonight.
I think what was fun about the narrative or actually scary. Remember, there was 12 hours or 24 hours where everyone was genuinely concerned. They heard that something happened overnight in the room. There was a physical altercation. Police were called. Green Room left. He was on a train. Remember that whole, and
Yeah.
everyone, no one really knew what was going on.
Well,
And so,
the read I got from all the parties that were there is that they weren't sure did Green Room get arrested.
right. So so this got massively built up,
Yeah.
and so you're expecting like when video footage does come out that you'll see something very, very grave, and then what you saw was like a drunk Green Room kind of pretending
Play
like he's the
fighting.
ultimate, pretending he's the ultimate warrior, like doing like a couple of like half high fives to Archie.
You know, that was the genius of Green Room, in my opinion, those poses, because it kind of disarms everything he just did, right? If he was slapping him without doing those poses,
Well,
it might have looked a lot different.
well, that's he was emulating Usain Bolt, the guy from Jamaica that won all those gold medals, and he did the Bolt stance after he did the slap. Yeah, but there was a few minutes. Supposedly he came back and he was more furious or something. Someone claimed. I never saw the video on that, but even then, I don't know if it's worthy of.
Well, Green Room also, when he came on earlier this morning, he demanded Tim show the video of Arch with him in a headlock. So apparently, at some point, Archie got up and had Green Room in a headlock.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
So
you think there's video? You think there's video of that exists?
At least the photo I've heard.
Oh, photos can be staged.
Yeah.
I mean,
it could have been staged, and it's a continuation of. Remember, he did that fight, but with the cartoon versions of everybody. So
the Rumble.
The Rumble.
Yeah, and Hoff, you and I both know what happens when you overly stage the drama. We've been we've been in a script.
The crowd
room.
Sniffs it out so quickly.
The crowd sniffs it out really quick, and they know, like, oh, guys, you went overboard. You know, we're not fools.
Yep. Yeah. And by the way, the punters have a way of punishing you for that. I could see the super chats drying up for a bit if that tends to be the case.
Right.
What disturbed me a bit is when Archie, I think there is something going on much beyond this thing with Green Room, that Archie he wants a move of some kind, I think, maybe, or he's just talking about a move to another group of people to be with or something, or that's just
no. The thing with Archie,
talk.
I think what's really driving Archie is he doesn't see an exit strategy.
Okay.
He really enjoys how lucrative running the show is, and as much as Archie wants to pretend that he's in dire straits, we know that this is that he's earned it. He's worked really hard over the last decade to build a foundation that does generate an income for him that makes his life comfortable. But the problem is, how does he hand that off to a new team while maintaining the same level of revenue? And how does he get out and enjoy life? Like, remember about a year ago, he was saying, like, I'll sell the channel to Cars and Chrono, or I'll sell the channel.
Yes.
Right, he wants to get out. He wants
evaluation and his exit strategy, and then he was like, "You're my exit strategy." Hold on, we have a super chat. OG hash hockey $2. Hoff, did you just wake up, champion? No, unfortunately, I've been up since 10 a.m. I am not able to afford the Tim Wright lifestyle. I have too many personal commitments.
So I think a lot of the frustration is Archie trying to figure out, how do I get out of this thing? Do I have to keep doing this?
Or does he want?
You've seen over the past 6 months the level of interest has dropped dramatically, right? The bathroom trips and the barely reading of the super chats. It's like he really doesn't want to keep doing it, but the income is so great.
Is he looking for load management, OC, you think, where he's still involved a little bit, but he's got a team around him to do a lot of the legwork?
Well, that's what he has now, right? He has a team that's doing
Yeah.
most of the work,
Yeah.
most of the emotional investment.
I think Rob Filmer is zeroing in. Arch wants the money, not the work.
I wish we could have summarized it 5 minutes ago by saying that.
Yeah, very succinct
Yeah,
observation.
There we go, Mr. Rob Filmer. But
I don't understand. It's only 2 hours a night. That's not work.
Yeah, and with more breaks than a network sitcom.
well, there's all that Mr. President's all that prep stuff that he does during the day. No, the prep, the hours of prep.
It's not work.
Before he wings it.
And this is why I think Tim and Archie working together is actually a great thing, because Tim is a natural. He's Tim, while they're both motivated by money, Tim and Archie. Tim is also very loyal to Archie and steps in every night, for several hours, helping him out. And I can see him as the logical heir apparent for the time slot, and coming to some kind of equitable arrangement with Archie where he's, running the show or doing something, and they're both benefiting from it.
OC, you make it very calming. You sound like you'd be a good yoga instructor.
I'm not very flexible, but
doesn't matter.
Are you hitting on him, Daniel?
Pardon me?
Are you hitting on him, Daniel?
No. I don't go both directions. I go just the women. But it is a compliment to OC, whether he takes it or not. And I love the word co-opetition, OC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love it.
And OG Hash Hockey. You're right. He has been an absolute hero over the past couple of weeks.
He's really been coming alive. OG Hash Hockey, $2. Reverse Jay-Z. He's a business, not a businessman. Absolutely. I'm probably the only one who gets that reference, but it is very funny.
Yeah. And I've been enjoying the dungeon streams.
Yes.
I avoided watching for a very long time. I started watching a few days ago, and I like the characters there that are analyzing the supposed strategic moves behind the scenes, like all of this is planned. And
yes, what I love about the dungeon is it brings unique voices that you don't hear from anywhere. It's like, you ever go to a local bar that a certain crowd's going to be hanging in, that corner bar where you could see a couple of the people you went to high school with that you might not be able to see in any other setting. That's like what the dungeon is to me. You want plastic to come out of the wood shadows. You want to get Dodger popping in there, Sirocco coming to shore. All of them kind of came out within 45 minutes of being on there with this.
Yeah, I love hearing them talking about what the supposed characters, what they're doing, what people like you and Diego and me and Archie and Tim are doing behind the scenes, and what they're doing behind the scenes.
I know.
Lord, and all. It's like it's funny to the imagination of people. Like sometimes they don't realize that Tim wakes up at 3:30, goes and gets a coffee, jumps on the computer like 5 minutes before 5 o'clock and says, "Okay, what are we going to talk about?"
This is another version. Somehow, if someone can organize it right, it feels like another version of Jerry Seinfeld or Curb Your Enthusiasm. You put this all together.
Yeah,
it's so twisted, so many turns and so.
I know.
And betrayal and
yes,
I think
Newman and yeah.
The other aspect of the Australia trip that I want to explore with you, Hoff, and you, Daniel, because it involves both of you actually, is what does this mean for an Archie in the USA trip that involves so many legs? You're going to San Francisco, then Denver, then New York, then Las Vegas. I mean, it's going to make the Australia trip look like a walk in the park, logistics wise, and just the brutality of the schedule.
I met Rich, who's going to help, I think, in San Francisco. Rich.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. And
Rich is awesome.
And when I went Hoff, and he just called me out of the blue. Let's get together. I want to meet. Mm-hmm. And and it was very easy as soon as I met him.
He's got a certain energy about him, that Rich, right? He's so positive. He puts you in a great mood.
His politics are different than mine, but it doesn't matter. We got together, and it was great right from the beginning. And it's like, well, maybe we should go here. No, no, no. I know where we're going to go. And we went on this walking tour. It was very easy. So I can see him, and I think he said something about detail, and I think he's a detailed guy, and it might work at least for that leg of
Yeah.
the adventure.
Yeah, but I know it would
Well,
work
I
for
think
Tim.
ultimately it's going to be: is there a fallout where Arch doesn't even come, or is it
That's
he
an
goes to see
excellent
Bondage
point.
in Denver and just goes home from there or
Hoff,
something?
that's I think you nailed it. That's an excellent point.
I mean, that's
Does
really
Archie
what's
want to
potentially on the
come?
table,
Yeah, does he want to come?
right?
Well,
Does
let me
he?
throw this in. Let me
Yeah.
throw this in because I heard him say this. He says, "Whether I should come or go, I don't know, but I better come because was it Bondage paid for my it's first class ticket, and I'm not going to miss a first class ticket, something along that line."
Yeah.
So it's that attraction of being on a plane. He likes me. I do too.
Well, he's never been to America too, from what I understand.
He went to UK, so he's never been to America. Okay.
That's
No,
my
never been
understanding.
there.
Yeah. So there's the attraction there. And if you got, I think Rich and a few other people, if they can just, I mean, that's not their profession, but just do damage control when Arch kind of loses it a little bit,
Yeah.
reassure him on occasion. It might work out.
I'm sorry,
which
DP.
question?
What
Which
was
question? Because
OC?
I asked
Yeah.
like 17 questions hypothetically. So just let us know which one you want the answer to.
If there's a financial benefit for Archie, he'll be there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And will he have an invite to Mar-a-Lago? Is the
Simple
bigger
math.
question.
Just make sure that he's not there.
Depends if I still have access to the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Fire. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
See, this is Captain Kirk hits on my greatest concern.
What is it?
Are
What do
we-
you mean? What do you mean, Captain Kirk? By the party is over? Let's face
It's
it.
just like
What do you
things are
mean?
running its course.
Okay, let me play the Captain Kirk advocate for a second. You know that there was a first crew that were gone. You know, Clyde and the dog trainer.
Yep.
And that fell through, and maybe there was another group, and now this is another iteration.
Well, there were Marco
Then
and
he's thinking in those
JJ.
terms. He's thinking in those terms.
Yeah.
And if the mantra from OC, co-opetition, maintains, like that's the common denominator, then maybe it will work. Because it's the edges are rough. In comedy or anything else, I'm a beginner at comedy, but in anything, if you're batting 300, like batting 30% or whatever, you expect things to go wrong. That might be part of it, of working through whatever happens.
Okay, so I'm just going to interrupt. DP was asking the questions about the logistics of the U.S. trip versus Australia and how much more stressful it may be going from San Francisco to Denver, for 2 days.
Yeah, I think it's way too aspirational.
Yeah. And then,
by the way,
Tim
can't keep up with
Las Vegas.
Yeah, Tim can't keep up with one day with more than 2 things to do. I don't know how he's going to run a whole routing tour. Like, you almost need a tour manager to keep that on track.
Yeah. Could he short trip?
But believe it or not, Tim seems to do an amazing job coordinating the logistics, like for this Australia trip, booking the tickets and figuring out.
You should have spoke to Bondage. I think he would beg to differ.
Well,
they seem to get from place to place. I mean,
well,
with some hiccups along the way.
Yeah. Well, what was that? There was a 5-hour wait, for example, and I can understand why Bondage was saying more detail could have been handled here because we were.
Yeah. So I can give an example of that because I know I was chatting with him during that fiasco where he was asking Timmy throughout the day, like, "Hey, did you check the flights? What's going on with the flights?" And Tim's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're fine. We're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. We're gonna get to the airport early." And him and Arch were just apparently worried about going to the lounge and eating and drinking for free, which sounds very on brand for Tim. So I take him at his word. And he ultimately never checked the flight status. The flight
Yeah.
was canceled. They went there 4 hours early for a flight that was delayed and eventually canceled. So it was just a miserable time.
I was
I'm sorry. I don't know if it was 4 hours early, but it was several hours early.
I
And
was guilty of that, but it was only me I had to deal with, not a bunch of people.
yeah, and apparently he had booked like Tim had used a super cheap airline that everyone knows is problematic there to save $20 a ticket. But
I hope Archie
in
comes
fairness,
to the U.S.
yeah, in fairness, if you're not from Australia, you might not know that. So I'll give Tim the pass on that.
Okay, so let's look at this. He's flying into LA.
Yeah, I hope Archie comes too. OC. I mean, we're gonna be robbed of a nice couple days of some activity.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know
and
why?
also
Because there's so many people coming to town. Like besides Arch, there's like half a dozen plus people that I've never met in the community that I was
Bear.
excited coming to town.
I'm excited to meet Bear. My fear is that if Archie doesn't come to New York, then Bear won't come to New York.
Oh, I got a newsflash for you. Bear isn't sure if he's coming, whether Archie comes or not at this point.
Oh, that's right.
That's how jaded Bear is. And I've heard that direct from the Bear's mouth.
I know, but I think that's temporary. It's just.
Yeah, I'm hoping it blows over. And I was kind of telling him, even if you don't want to or Arch doesn't come, like you should still come to New York. There's a lot of great people here that I think you'll have a great time with.
Exactly. And coming to New York doesn't mean you have to spend 24/7 with Tim and Archie. It means you can. I mean, when I was actually considering going to Australia, I was going to fly to Sydney. I was going to spend the whole time in Sydney, and I was going to maybe hang out with those guys occasionally, but I was actually going there just to go to Sydney for the first time and actually see Kiss, play there.
Sydney looked amazing, by the way.
It did.
Does it? Yeah. Okay.
The Narc coming up with a very intelligent observation that has crossed my mind a few times, especially with all the toilet breaks. Maybe Arch has like some kind of health issue coming on that is taking him out of his focus. I hope that not be the case.
I hope not, and I don't think there's any reason for me to see that. I do sense that he's talking more and more about being 49 and turning 50.
Yeah,
and he's past his midlife crisis phase.
Oh man,
50,
so 50 I shouldn't exist. The way you guys are talking, I shouldn't even exist then.
Well, you're what, 60, 69?
Ish.
Yeah.
The level of Bear's involvement with Tim and Archie is a huge factor. Bear, what's that word?
Assuaging.
Assuaging. Sorry,
fancy word.
That one. Assuaging of Archie's damaged ego is critical, and it sounds like Bear needs a break from those two. Yeah, he's taking a week off. Well, he had told me he's taking a week off the streams, but I've seen him very active in the comment section.
There's one thing about Archie and Tim that's amazingly similar, and that is they both tend to do things the way they want to do them and are not very susceptible to advice.
Yes.
Well, they're susceptible to advice, but they don't take it.
Well, by susceptible, I mean that they would actually listen to and adhere to some advice.
Acquiesce to it. Okay.
Do they solicit advice? Sure.
Yeah.
But do they
they love to give it too. They're
Yeah.
very typical of people I know who, can tell every single person how they should navigate every problem and want all the advice in the world on how they should handle their own problems, but they'll never apply anything that they're told.
Yeah. By the way, I love Pavel's insights. I'd love if he were to hop on the show, and he doesn't have to turn his camera on, but just to share. He's very insightful.
Pavel's never been on a stream, right?
Yeah, he seems like a really cool guy.
I agree.
Has George been on? He's a dentist, isn't he? George that makes fun of
George
me.
Varghese.
Yeah,
George Varghese has been on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did a
He refers to me as Mr. Ming now. When he
yes.
says goodbye to
He
everybody.
did the collect. He walked us through his amazing collection and his whole watch journey and stuff. That was
Oh,
a big episode.
I
You missed
see.
that?
I missed. Maybe I saw a bit of it, but I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh,
Hmm.
someone's got to flag that for you.
Not me. I'm too busy. But maybe someone else can do it.
I'll look it up. I know his name. I think I got him on Instagram.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I'm concerned of.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
you think
hope
you
not.
think that's a bladder issues or some kind of underlying health issue?
I mean, diabetics have to go to the bathroom very frequently from
But, you know,
what I've
as-
seen with coworkers that have suffered from it.
Yeah. Being the older person on the much older person on the panel, I can say that it's just naturally as guys get older, there's just more pressure on the bladder or the prostate or whatever it is that
Mhm.
I'm not a doctor. Something in there that you do tend to go into the bathroom more.
Yep.
And women, so you can-
But to not be able to get through an hour with that one's kind of crazy. When a year ago he was able to go almost entire streams. I never remember like these bathroom breaks like this in out or a year ago.
Yeah, and, someone made a comment earlier about I think it was Erie. Erie said he had some weird theory. He said it would Tim should
By the
rebel
way, OC,
stream.
you narcissist.
Mr. President is in his
Let's
70s.
not forget about our
that's
esteemed
true.
guest.
Oh, that's right. Forgot. He's being so quiet. But Erie proposed something in the chat, which was funny. He goes,
writers
Tim should
here
take
with
over.
us.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Tim should take over Archie's slot and then find somebody to do the pre-show and the post-show. These guys, Archie and Tim, already have. Look at us. We're working for free, all four of us.
Yep.
So they're already good at cultivating people to jump on the panel and to.
I think we've
participate.
actually earned one of how we always take Tim out to lunch. I think we actually earned a free a Tim Wright sponsored lunch over this trip.
Oh, if I were to calculate based on my hourly rate what I've contributed to this show, it wouldn't even make financial sense, because like an hour of my time is worth, let's say
I don't want to hear
X, but an hour of my time on Tim's show is worth like 100th X. It's worth nothing because it doesn't contribute anything to society. So it doesn't. It makes no. It's like I'm being 100th less productive for every hour I spend on the show.
I totally agree with Curly Cube. By the way, I came in hot and totally ran out of material.
That's me too.
Well, it's also a symptom of me not or being on friggin' Tim's stream till like 5 a.m, and then
you actually get better. You actually get better the longer the streams go on, Hoff.
Yeah, because I get
everybody
my
else
second
passes
wind.
out.
Yeah.
It's a mental muscle, I guess.
Yeah.
Just-
But apologies. See, I'm putting Herman to sleep. Well, Herman, you're more than welcome to join, my friend.
Yeah, hop on the show.
By the way, I would be interested to hear from Herman because per the guys' discussions, it does seem like after this green room fiasco, there is a newfound concern about meeting Herman and what that could end up being.
Herman's coming to New York. Or is he in New York?
Oh, we got Snake here.
Thank you, Blondie.
Yeah,
With the debuting a new avatar.
Yeah. I want to say hello to Carolyn Martin, $10 super chat. One of the most incredible new members of the community over the past several months. Thanks, guys, for keeping the show going in Tim's absence. FYI, I think Archie has sugar issues. Well, I hear you. I have sugar issues too. Whenever I see anything,
I was supposed to get off
it.
sugar. I was supposed to get off the sugar, and my naturopath had plans for me, and all of a sudden I just ate a bunch of chocolate chip cookies. Anyways,
My
So
body
wait.
generates its own sugar.
Oh, very nice.
So, Snake, you're on. You've been
Yeah.
listening to us for a little bit. Help us out.
the bullshit
What's going on?
the bullshit detector is way up high.
Help us
there.
out.
Is he on?
My concern is for Tim also. He's going to burn himself out.
Yep.
He's got his marriage is fucked. So to me, his wife loves him, but you can also sense the disappointment in the face. She wants better for Tim. I think she's probably, so I'll give him 1 or 2 years. If Tim doesn't make it within next 2 years, she's gone, if she's not gone already. And my concern is he's going to burn himself out. Archie's
Yeah,
been
I
doing
think
this for 12
these 2
years.
streams a day are plus doing Archie's show is way straining on his psyche.
Oh, plus editing a new movie, right?
Yeah,
Supposedly, like on the
way
No.
I was watching an early a stream probably about 8 months ago. Tim was 20 pounds lighter.
How long ago? How long ago?
Say 8 months ago, and the difference in Tim's face. Right, he had 3 chins there. He's got 5 chins now. The way he's going, he's not going to last.
Yeah.
He's going to burn himself out.
No,
Well,
listen, both me and OC, I feel like are aligned in our conversation with him where we feel like less would be more, and he should figure out a timetable and either do it before Archie show or an after show and just really focus on that and have it like, topical and formatted.
Look,
and then
I don't dislike Tim. I'm a bit like Soraka. I don't dislike him. Do I trust the Weasel? Not so much, right? Do I want him to do well? Of course I do. He works hard. But I feel sorry for his roommate. She wants to have fucking kids. Tim is too selfish to have kids. I would say, all right.
Do you know that to be the case?
He's mentioned it. He said he's too much of a kid to be a kid. So
I've never heard him say that.
I will not waste her time. Hey, honey, let's get divorced. You can find someone else, have kids if you want. He's wasting her time.
Yeah, but Snake, I mean, I think you're pontificating a little bit too much about Tim's personal life.
No. He's brought it up, so I can comment.
Well, you can feel free to comment, but it's like, you don't know how old his wife is, right?
Yeah, she's older.
She's older.
I had a friend who got divorced, started having a relationship with another guy, and he strung her along. She wanted to have kids. He goes, yeah, we'll have kids. I go, mate, look, you can't waste her time. She was in her 30s. I go, you're going to fuck her up.
No, she's actually old. She's actually older than that. I know her, and I've met her many times. So that's why I'm saying, like, I appreciate that you're
concerned
and concerned about his marriage and their relationship. But I'll keep my comments focused to like what Hoff mentioned. That is the number of hours that he puts in.
I say he's got 2 years to make it.
Not necessarily. The thing where I will disagree a little bit with Hoff is that Tim believes that quantity is better than quality, and in a way he's right, because if you put in 7 hours a day on the streams with minimal quality, you still can maximize revenue with super chats and memberships. And if you put in 2 hours with high quality, you may reduce your income by 50% or more. So he's in his 30s.
I think that's a model worth testing out. I definitely don't think he would lose 50%.
I think if you test, you'll find out really quick that whenever he's on, he generates income.
Yep. Looking Glass, $5. Hoff, show us and tell us about the watch you have on and how you got it. I have my first. Can you see? It's a 43 millimeter Sea Dweller. It was my first Rolex I ever got from the AD as new. I had a couple of pre-owned models before, but this was the first one I got right before during the pandemic, and yeah, it's one of my favorite watches I own. Probably the one I wear the most. But
and so I mean, he's in. So let me continue my thought. He's in his 30s,
absolutely.
right? So he's in your 30s. You can work super hard and build, you know, and your work ethic can be super strong. Whereas in your 40s and 50s, you tend to want to work a little bit. So he's putting in the time now when he's young, so he'll be like in a position of comfort, like Archie, maybe in 10 years or so. And his subscribers are growing. You know, remember there was a time where he was talking about giving away the watch at 5,000 subscribers, right? He's over 7,000.
Well, those giveaways he keeps reneging on.
Well, the false giveaways, you know, designed
Yes,
to
that he just needs to do a movie about the watch before he sends it out.
See,
Or
Archie's in a different situation. He's got 4 kids, problems with 1 or 2 of the kids. Wife doesn't want to make love to him anymore. Health issues. It's hard for him to concentrate on the stream. You can see he's distracted all the time. I have friends in similar situations who they're all over the place. You're talking to them, but they're not there. I go, what's wrong? You guys just got some shit going on.
Yeah.
That's how Archie looks to me. You know, it's very hard. Look, he's worried about his elder son. If you've got kids, you can't stop worrying about kids, your own kids.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
no, especially when dependency issues come into play, and it seems like
Yeah.
that's a serious one with one of them.
Yeah, and there's probably other issues that people don't know about. And you could just, it reminds me of a friend of mine who's just distracted all the time. He's not there. He's got too much shit going on. That's why he relies on Bear, and he gets anxious about not having Bear around. So he's having anxiety. Looks like he's having anxiety attacks.
The incident with the camera is an example where he was just on the phone. So much going on.
No, see, Daniel, Archie he's never been a kid. You look at the photos when he's a teenager. He's like an adult. I don't think he had briefcase, shirt and a tie.
Yeah, he always had a certain look.
Yeah,
a distinguished look.
I don't think he's the type of guy just to fuck around. He was serious, and I can't blame Arch for getting the shits with. Look, I'll tell you a story. A friend's daughter went through her dad's browser history, and what she found has traumatized her.
Oh.
No, I'm serious. Traumatized her. And she said to me, I wish I never looked at it. I go, what'd you find? She goes, I'm too embarrassed to say. So I can understand Archie getting upset. I don't want my kids going through my history.
Or green room.
Yeah, look, my daughter's left the phone unlocked once. I go back to her, I go, make sure your phone is locked. Yes, I'm surprised you didn't go through it. I go, I'm too scared to find things out.
I'm of a firm believer. Don't go looking for things you're not prepared to find.
Right.
Looking Glass, $10. Now tell me anything so I don't have to listen to this flake, please. I'm sorry, Looking Glass. The flake is coming with some points at the moment.
Some good points.
These are fascinating points. I don't necessarily agree with all of them, but it's a good deep dive analysis.
Look, I was giving Dirk a hard time. I'm divorced myself, so I've been in his position, right? Now I'm seeing someone. I don't live in the same house as them. They want to move in with me. I said, no, I don't want to live together. You can come over once or twice a week. The rest of the time, just leave me alone. Works perfectly for me. I don't want to live. I want my own privacy. She enjoys it now.
I have a friend who I grew up with, was my best friend growing up, and he got a divorce, and he was staying in the basement of the house that they bought together, watching his daughter grow up, and I just seen him like rotting away in his mental health, and he kept on trying to rehash it, and it just got such a toxic relationship to where when she finally got a boyfriend, was when he finally had it came crashing down. He was super depressed, and all of us were trying to tell him that it eventually is going to be what happens.
See, half. I lived in the house while we were separated. I was seeing other people, right? And people said to me, "You got to move out. You got to make your own. You need some space." I'd listen to them until finally I said, "I've had enough." Look, because she was hassling me about seeing other women. I go, "We're separated." When I moved out, everything was crystal clear. I said,
Yeah.
"I don't want to go back." She wanted to get back together. I go, "No." I go, this is advice I give my daughters. They go, "Dad, I don't want to get married." I go, "Look, don't let our divorce put you off. Find someone that you're attracted to, but you're good friends with. Take the sex out of it. Do you enjoy spending time with them? If not, it's not the right person." Dirk Diggler, I feel for him, but he's 50, has money. He's just existing. He's not living.
Well, I think maybe Dirk just was in
He
a
knows that.
vulnerable
He knows
day, and
No, he knows that, but it's difficult to make that move because when you're 50, am I attracted to find someone else? Can I get someone else? You're vulnerable. Very hard to make the move. And what's even worse, he's living in a relationship where he's not getting any sex because he said it. So, all right, if he's got a side piece, okay, but he's celibate now. That's not living.
well, you don't know that he's celibate. Maybe
He said it. He said it. He said
if
that
he was doing
was
something on the side, he may
he's
not say it because he wouldn't want it to be
No,
used
I believe it
against
when
him in a
I
divorce.
believe it when he said I don't believe. He said I don't believe in that. And I know guys like that.
Oh, I certainly know guys like that.
Obviously, his wife is switched off from the marriage, right? But I know it's difficult. But I feel for him. But he's got his whole life ahead of him, and he's got money. And the excuse of staying for your kids, I use that excuse. It's just an excuse. I see it with other people. Now, I might come across as harsh. I got people saying to me, "Help me lose some weight." Like, I'm not going to waste my time with you because you don't get it. I go, "What do you mean you don't get it?" I go, "You want me to give you a diet? It's a lifestyle change. So you're not going to succeed, and I'm not going to waste my time."
Have you talked directly to Dirk about this? Was he willing to listen at least?
He listened. He knows what I said made sense. Now, what he does with it is up to him.
Yeah, I've heard this a lot before. I see the chat. Snake, were you in any other YouTube communities before coming here? So all this talk about you being booted from several other communities, and it's not just Blondie.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh.
I don't know what they're talking about.
But I've seen other people bring that up before. That's why I wanted to ask.
It doesn't bother me half. They can say whatever they want. It doesn't bother me.
Basil's Beezels. He said it, and everything on these streams is true. See, yeah, I'm with Basil on this one.
Blondie should worry about finding another guy before she really gets old.
Let's not.
That's not good.
Look,
yeah.
She just made a comment. I'm replying to a comment.
I think we should go back on track and focus. What do you think, Snake? Do you think that the whole Archie and Tim collaboration is going to blow up on this one? You seem to have some insights.
It's going nowhere, right? They're going to stay. Yep. It's a transactional relationship. If Tim starts making a lot more, Archie's going to lose it.
Well, I certainly see a lot of super chats flowing in and things slowing down as Archie pays less and less attention and having other people host the streams more on his platform.
See, I love Archie. I think he's a genius. He's a superstar. He's entertaining, right? I'm a non-watch guy, and I found this guy. This guy's a genius. It just makes me laugh.
Oh, I agree. He's very charismatic and amazing character.
But people get intimidated appearing on his panel. They get neglected, and that's hence not appearing on his channel anymore. Tim is very good at nurturing the donors. setting up get-togethers. Look, he does a good job.
Yeah. Are there former members of Archie's panel that you think could be brought back into the fold and rehabilitated? And
It's hard for Archie because he's in Australia
yeah, I hear you.
and he's too distracted. He gets off the look. He's on the street. Look, I've been in that position where someone's got in my face when I'm on the phone. I can relate to Arch. His washing machine just fucked up. That's $1,000. He's thinking, fuck, $1,000 I haven't got. And I can understand green room, just mucking around. Prank went too far. I can see both sides, but I see where Archie's coming from. He doesn't need this shit. His wife's fuck $1,000, $1,100.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, Archie does spend on things.
No, he's medicating. He's medicating with the buying. That's it. I have people who exercise. Yeah. They exercise so much. I go, look, you have to take time off. And I go, I know how you feel, but you're actually medicating by exercising. Other people drink. Other people smoke drugs. I go, you're actually going to grow and recover when you're resting. You can't be training every day. And they don't understand that. Because if they don't come in, they get depressed. So they need their fix. Their fix is exercising. Yeah,
well, don't they say exercise releases like serotonin in the brain, and people can get addicted to that? And
that's if you lead a balanced lifestyle. But it is. I have people who self-medicate by exercising too much. So
Flake, let me ask you. I mean, you know, and you've witnessed over the years that Tim and Archie don't really tend to take much advice from.
Oh, who's that in the background, Snake? Did a guest just arrive?
Some mail. So 1 sec. Thank you very much.
Did you get a food delivery?
No. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Did you get a food delivery?
No, just a postage. So what were you guys saying?
No, I was asking. I mean, you I think you know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've seen over the years that Tim and Archie aren't really susceptible to advice from the inner circle or the outer circle. So you have a lot of opinions. You have a lot of advice for what Tim should do, what Archie should do, both in their professional and personal lives.
Tim is doing a good job.
Yeah, but I was going to ask you a question. Like, you know, you do seem like you're very emotionally invested in their outcomes and their future, but maybe I'll pose it as a question. Do you feel like your commentary is going to have any impact?
I hope it does. I'm that type. People come to me in real life. My daughters won't ask their mother for an opinion because she'll sugarcoat it. Dad, does this look good? Should I do this? I'll tell them straight. So I have a lot of people in personal and in business who ask me because they know I'll be brutally honest. I don't bullshit around, and I apply the same principles to my own life. I've made mistakes. I see Dirk. I've been there. That's why I give him a hard times. I hope he finds some happiness. It gets out of a loveless relationship, because that is torture, and the kids see it. See, he's saying he's doing it for the kids. I know kids whose parents get divorced. They say to me, "I wish they did it earlier." They see the tension. One girl, she suffered anxiety attacks, was each time the parents got home, is there going to be an argument? So what she did, she put headphones on and cowered in the corner. She didn't want to hear it. And I said to the parents, okay, this cannot continue. Your daughter is having panic attacks each time you two are together. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's Snake, just to bring it back, I'm curious, how did you actually discover Arch, and how long have you been watching? I don't know that I've heard that being discussed.
I watched TPG initially. I enjoyed his vlogging. Then I started realizing the guy's become a bit of a wanker. I could tell that the tone of the vlog started changing. Then the scandal hit.
During the blackout.
Yeah.
Yep.
The first video I watched was Gentleman's Hangout.
Oh, got it.
We're discussing the blackout. I saw Marco on there. I said, "Who's this potato head?" And JJ, that guy's got a bad transplant. Then I just
So you had observations, heavy observations right away on people.
Look, everyone does.
I gotta say, I admire your observations.
Everyone does. Everyone does. I just voice them.
Yeah.
Everyone's got an observation.
Yeah.
You're thinking right now, but I say it. Do I turn it up from 7 to 11? Yeah. I'll probably turn it down a bit.
So when you were watching Gentlemen's Hangout, right, and Marco and those guys were heavy on the watch talk. Like, from my recollection,
I enjoy watches. Yeah, but I enjoy watches.
Okay.
For me,
so you were there,
practical.
like you found entertainment in watching, like them go on about the watches, all their unique details. Yeah. Oh, Curly Q too.
I enjoy the watch talk.
Got it.
I enjoy.
You just haven't bought any.
No, I'm looking at buying one. I'm looking at IWC or Panerai, but I enjoy when OC and Bear talk about watches.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to what watch do I want. I'm not interested in Rolex at all. I'm not a Rolex person.
Okay. Curly Q, welcome to the panel.
You're on mute. Yeah.
We can't hear you. Curly Q, we can't hear you.
No, I think the mic is just down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
He's not on mute because I heard him somewhat. Try now, Curly.
Yeah, I'm not.
We hear you a little better.
We can almost hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little low.
Oh, is it? I'm on a tab. You guys got to excuse me. I'm a bit of a boomer, and this is the first time I ever did this.
Well, it's getting better, so.
I had to come on. First of all, President Trump, I voted for you 6 times in both races in 3 different states. I want to let you know that. But
I love you, Curly. I appreciate that. I'm glad you got the memo.
Okay, but I know you got a big ego, but I think you should let DeSantis run, please. But anyway, Bob, thanks for letting me on, OC. I think you got the driest, most down to earth viewpoints of all time. Hey, Snake the Flake. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're just giving you the floor.
Talk loud.
Mr. Snake the Flake, are you there?
Yeah.
I just to get this out of the way, I'm almost 60. I'm about 50 pounds overweight. I'm married. I'm retired. I really don't like. I stay pretty personal, but I just want to know the way that you criticize everybody. You've got a lot of truth in what you say, but what I really want to know is why don't you open yourself up like all these other guys, like Dirk, Bob? OC's kind of private. Daniel Katz is not very private, but I mean, don't you think people would take you a little bit more seriously if maybe they had a little bit of information on you? Other than that, you're what, a personal trainer, a nutritionist? Are you licensed?
Curly, first of all, I'm not stupid enough to show my face.
Oh, okay.
On YouTube, right?
You don't
I resent that statement.
You don't have to show your face to give us a little bit of a lowdown. So you used to watch. I basically kind of started like you did. I watched TPG till I know he was full of shit. But the thing is that I caught I typed in his name one day, discovered Archie, and kind of been a hobby of mine.
Curly, I'm going to ask you to make your point super fast because your mic is absolutely garbage. So we're going to have to boot you, and you have to jump back on with your mic.
Wait, Curly, if you have AirPods or some type of headphones that you could put in, it'll probably solve your mic issues.
All right, I'll try it later. I don't want to tie you guys up. Thanks for letting me on. Anyway, I just wanted to see why this guy doesn't give a little bit of information on his own life.
Okay, got it. So your point is if he can give advice, he should be
Diego's
open himself up.
And Dirk Diggler's kids, I mean, that's kind of lame. I'm a troll
No,
myself.
Dirk opened up himself by discussing it on Archie's stream. He was open to advice. I'm just a bit more straightforward with my advice.
That's a moment in time. You're judging a whole man's life on the moment of time that he did on the internet. So I'll get a better mic. I don't want. I hate bad audio myself.
Okay.
All right, but I encourage you to come back, Carly. It seems like you got a lot to share, and you can be a great guest.
And Rob, you can't tell me, being from New York, that you believe that washing machine bullshit from fucking Archie. Don't tell me.
Second, my friend.
If that guy's washing machine really broke, it'd be 10 days of him crying about it, okay? He took a bullshit picture because he wants to stiff Timmy so he doesn't have to pay for that fucking pen and cup. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
All right, man. All right.
Really.
All right. Hold on. OC, did we miss a super chat
Thanks,
from
Curtis.
Turtle Knight?
Yeah,
Turtle Knight, $2.99
we did.
Aussie. First time on stream, I would have done my hair. You don't miss a trick. Turtle Knight, $2.99 Aussie. Curly using a cup and string to his USB port.
Jesus Christ! You gotta check your fucking audio. But it was great to have Curly Q on.
It
but it's
really
just that
was.
I couldn't fucking hear him.
I gotta get Pat. What's it called? The pods. I gotta get pods too.
Yeah, those
AirPods.
AirPods.
By the way, let's welcome to the show who's on mute, but you need to unmute. Lux Report.
Lux Report.
Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to stay in the background while you introduced the other guy first.
No, but now the other guy's gone. So
welcome. The original owner of the dungeon, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, that is correct. It was one of my many YouTube channels from back in the day.
Daniel,
that channel was kind of like politically kind of, so-called conspiracy kind of talk, and I got demonetized, and the channel was sitting there. So Archie says, I want that channel. So I said, sure, take it.
And you've been with Archie many years, right?
Yeah, I've met him many times. I've been talking to him for probably about 10 years now.
Wow. So you've seen so many iterations of the show at this point.
Yeah, exactly. It's a roller coaster ride. It sure is. I'm just really worried about the American trip, to be honest. I just hope. I just want to say, actually, before I go there, I just want to say, because some people think I hate Tim. I don't hate Tim. I will be honest with you. I'm not his biggest fan, and my mind is. I don't know what side to put him on. I'm entertained. I love some of his shows. I do watch some of his shows, especially when he's on these trips. And yeah, it's entertaining. We're here to get entertained, right? So I'm entertained. I'm not a hater. I'm not spamming nasty comments in the chat and stuff like that. But on the other side, I'm a bit worried about the relationship between him and Archie. And it's going down a bit of a slippery path at the moment. And I just hope, as long as Archie goes to America and the trip is still on, I hope that Tim stands up, as he did in London, and really supports and helps Archie if there's any situations, because I've lived in America, and half the stuff that happens in Australia or the United Kingdom, you could never do in United States. Well, you could do it, but security or whatever are not gonna take it. The cops are gonna be called instantaneously.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, Lux Report, because there was a conversation that Arch was having with Tim that right away jumped out at me, for instance, where they were both laughing how they were going to go down to Times Square and film Archie exploding on the cartoon characters down there that are always grifting the tourists. And, that was something I seen as a potential red flag, because it's not just those cartoon characters are majority of them are outright criminals and like lunatics. And not only that, they have people on the side that will literally club you over the head with something if you
Are you talking about the
cause harm.
guys that dress up and you can take
Yes.
pictures with them?
Yes,
Okay.
in Times Square. That has
Okay.
gotten completely out of control. And every time I'm walking by there, I see a fist fight or some tourist getting shook down for money. And my greatest concern was, Tim going to leading Archie, Tim and Archie going down there trying to be funny and looking for a funny video, and someone really getting hurt, because there's a huge potential of it there.
And there's so many other things that they can do while they're here in New York City. They can go to
Yeah.
the Edge and the Empire State Building and the Statue of Liberty, and there's so many incredible things that Archie could be. 47th Street and 57th and 5th. I mean, things that will blow Archie's mind. You don't have to go to Times Square.
I think Archie's gonna love it because he's gonna be away from all the shit that's going on at home. He's gonna love all the adulation he's gonna receive. I don't think there's gonna be any problems at all with the US trip.
Well, I tell you one thing. OC's an amazing host here in New York and knows so much about where all the great watch shops are, the kind of history of neighborhoods where, amazing retail is on 57th Street and 5th Ave. A lot of the great, has amazing relationships with a lot of the ADs. And I think Arch would really revel in that experience. So I'm hopeful that'll be a focus point. But I definitely hear you, Lux. The other part of that is I'm worried they're just putting too much of it in there, because Tim's able to do all this stuff, and I see how it takes a toll on Tim. I feel like Archie sometimes can't keep up, and that's when you get these explosions.
See, you're in the music business, right?
Yes.
You hear a lot of artists complaining about the audience. Instead of enjoying the moment, they're on the phone filming it.
Oh, without question, it's one of my biggest pet peeves.
So that's how people feel about Tim. I understand why he's filming it, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not enjoying the moment, and it makes the people around him, like Air King Ben and Bondage, feel uncomfortable.
But you have to be. It's not. That's a complete different scenario, Snake. Because what you don't realize is Tim's monetizing the moment. It's not that he's looking to enjoy it, but I hear you. It gets old quick. I mean, I've dealt with it myself.
I understand, but where he has to strike a balance, but it makes the people around him, right?
Yeah,
my daughter's come back from a concert.
Filming.
You definitely have to strike a balance. You have to understand that if you're hanging around Tim, you are an unwitting participant in the Tim Wright show. Right. And if you don't want to be on the show the whole time and be part of his revenue generating content, then you need to do something different or else do something else. And the thing about Hoff and myself and other people in New York is we do other things. We don't necessarily spend all of our time following Tim around while he's live streaming.
Yeah, or we'll ditch him while he's live streaming and then go do something we want to do, or go have drinks off stream, or
which you've seen Bondage and Evan do and Archie do on this trip. They don't have to be around him 24/7. So I guarantee you Archie will have a great time, at least in New York, and because it'll be escapism for Archie.
Yeah,
he's gonna love it.
And Lux, anything else?
I'm going to take some time too, for example, to go to bed. So,
well, have a good night, Daniel. Why can't I get David right when you
people
exit?
do that?
Always on your exit.
It's a psychological thing. OCI, whatever. I made a sound. Thanks for blocking me. Sorry about that.
No.
Okay, guys.
Have a good one.
Take
care.
Okay, bye.
Peace out. Good night.
That was me who kept my mouse arrow over his mute.
And I blamed it on David Katz.
No, I didn't do the hacking. That was him. I just kept my mouse right over the mute and kept muting him. Lux, since you rarely join the show, and you've known Archie for so long, I mean, I just, really welcome any insights you might have to what's going on. Do you think there is a kind of decline in his engagement with the show recently? Do you think, there could be a health concern with the constant toilet breaks, or is that more symptomatic of him not being as engaged?
Yeah, I have noticed that he's not engaged, but he's got a lot going on in his personal life at the moment. I think it's stressing him out. And it's a hard situation. Also, like as a friend, I could tell him do this or do that, or why aren't you doing this or why aren't you doing that? But for his personality, it's not going to help him because he's just trying to block it off, and he's got so much stress and issues to deal with that he's not going to listen to what I'm saying. As you know, as a grown man, he's got his his stuff to do, and he's not going to listen to another some kid telling him what to do. So he knows what he needs to do, but I think he's just very stressed at the moment.
And what is it that he needs to do, in your opinion?
Well, people want to be entertained, right? The original Archie that everyone knows and loves and got to know from like 10 years ago, his travels around Asia, Nana Kim and all this craziness. That isn't really there. But I also know that one of the reasons why it's not there as much anymore, and that's because of YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you will know the rules are so tight now that basically you can't do anything. You can't do anything controversial because you're going to get blocked, banned. Your whole channel could be taken down. So he in the back of his head as well, he's thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that because I might get my whole channel taken down. So
I don't think he worries about that much.
Sorry?
I don't think he worries about that much. It's just personal life issues. I think that's the stress.
Well, Snake, you're talking to someone who's known Archie over a decade on a personal level. So.
Yeah, but like I said, there's personal issues. You could just tell. If you had kids, like I said earlier, and especially the situation is with his elder son, that could destroy a person. Because you're always worrying about them. His kid's an adult, and he knows his kid's not going to survive. That's what is on Archie's mind. My kid's going to rely on me to the rest of his life. That's his concern. That's how he's thinking.
Hey, Lux, as someone who's known Archie for over a decade, and you've watched his career, and you've watched how his content creation strategy has morphed and evolved over the decade. What do you, I mean? Do you still think? Do you think he's been making the right choices? Like I remember, like you were just talking earlier about the Mama Kin type stuff, and that was before I got into Archie. When I got into him, it was more of the videos where he would rail against a particular brand, or he would do a collection review and rip it apart. That's the Archie where I first got into him, and then he kind of pivoted into these live stream shows. Do you think he's done a successful job, a smart job with how he's morphed the content creation strategy on YouTube?
Well, one of the main reasons why I think that he did that is because he is very openly tells everyone, I'm here for the money.
Yeah.
So he's going after the money. And, as his life, are you going to do the easy way or the hard way? You're just going to do the easy way. If you can make a couple of $100 just chatting around a little bit for 1 or 2 hours, wouldn't you do that rather than editing videos and trying to think of content and trying to do subject matters and trying to be funny?
It's a lot less work or barrier of entry.
Yeah, you just sit there, bring a couple of guys on and have a chit chat with your mates for 2 hours, and you can make more money. And I don't blame him. If as he says, I'm here for the money. I don't blame him. I'll do the same if that's what's working. So, but I hope that he can bring more videos and more traditional content. But that's not where the money is. So,
right. And he's also very good at what he calls the one take Archie. The one take video.
Yeah, he's a great improv guy.
great improv guy. You've seen him do it even in the airport or on this Australia trip, where he'll still release 1 or 2 or 3 videos a day of just him, in typical Archie fashion, taking a subject that could be covered in about 2 to 3 minutes and dragging it into a 10-minute video, just by doing all the typical Archie.
I see his video, the video of him and Timmy talking about Chronos. I've watched that about 10 times. It's just hilarious.
Oh, with Cars and Chronos? Yeah. I love that. You know what's so funny? I thought Cars was going to get so pissed off at them, and I was telling Tim,
he's got a great sense of humor.
Yes,
got a great sense
and I underestimated what a great sense of humor Cars
the game. He understands how this works. But I don't know if Tim was in on that or Archie filmed it without him knowing. I still don't know
what their kind of talks that were going on. Tim was in on it. I've beat that out of him.
Tim was great. Tim was great. They were hilarious together. Tim,
hilarious. I agree. I couldn't agree more. That to me was the highlight of the London trip.
Okay. So I love seeing them work together. I trolled Tim, but I don't think they're going to break up. They need each other.
Well, I think they're a great comedic duo too. I could watch those two travel all day long.
Yeah, Tim on Archie's stream is funnier than when Tim's on his own stream.
It's definitely a different style. Yeah.
See, I think you're a better host than a guest, because you bring all the panelists together. You don't ignore any panelists. I find you more entertaining as a host. OC can do both.
And also, I'd like to make a point regarding exactly what you're saying. Like, I don't do live streams like my own channel because I don't think I'm entertaining. And people can say, it's easy, just turn on the camera or turn on the microphone and just talk. Sure, just talk, but talk about fucking what? You got to think of
it's hard, guys.
Ideas, and I'm not that kind of person. I like to prepare stuff. I like to write scripts, and that's why I make traditional content, because I find it much easier than just off the top of my head trying to be funny or something, right?
And Flake, I agree with you, by the way. I think I'm horrible on Archie's shit because Arch is tough. He always wants to go into these weird music industry questions and starts referring to things I really don't know or can't necessarily give a clear, definite opinion on, for risk of getting in trouble. But I appreciate any positive feedback.
It's hard being on Archie. Right.
It really is. Hold on for one sec. Can I just get this super chat? OG #hockey $5. OC AC3 would love 1 Aaron Faber, 2 Madison time. It's totally Archie's style. Good content, and it could keep Arch and Timmy out of trouble.
Thank you, #hockey, for the suggestion.
Go on, Steve.
See, Rachel Brady is hilarious on Archie's stream. Some can crack a joke, cuts him full screen, and I just laugh my head off watching him laugh. Right? He's like a Kramer. Look at it as a Seinfeld episode. He's like a character. He doesn't need a script. He just cuts in full screen and will make you laugh. OC on I said it before. I don't think it's as good.
I want to give feedback here, but I don't want to trash Rachel Brady. He drives me insane on the show, and I literally have to turn him off when he's doing that, because to me it's so overplayed by this point.
No, he's being himself.
Yeah.
Fat Windbag Ben, name names. Name names. Fat Windbag Ben.
And
I also enjoy OC and Bear talking about watches.
Yeah, Bear's fantastic. When I first started,
hold on. Oh, sorry. OC, go.
I was going to say that when I first started, like the first year I was watching Archie, Bear really annoyed me because he would focus so much on interrupting the conversation and yelling super chat, big boy, and it just really got under my skin. But I think over time he didn't do that as much, and I really.
But I say he understands that you can't ignore the super chatters, right? So he's always on Archie's back.
I think the jumping in he does that at to the detriment of the flow of the conversation, and it's he almost uses it as a way to change. It causes the topic to change too much when you interrupt
I agree,
for a
but
super chat.
That's what I initially found strange about these streams is the super chatting.
Yeah,
I remember
one thing,
Tim was on a
one
stream.
thing that we tend to do as inexperienced
Super
YouTubers-
chat,
yeah,
big
super
boy.
chat.
OG hash hockey $2.
Super
OC,
chat, big
you
boy.
too. Aaron Faber is a legend.
Yeah. See, like Tim, if you notice, Tim doesn't do that. Tim, and as a matter of fact, he'll I pull up super chats too fast. He would prefer to not pull up super chats, complete his thought, continue for 2 or 3 minutes, and then circle back to the super chat. So I actually prefer Tim's style of doing that.
I have to agree. Like I've as a viewer when I'm watching some streams, if the subject is changed because of a super chat, I'm like, shit, it's halfway through the subject. It hasn't got to the ending, and in like a funny story or something, and then it completely is gone. I'm like, shit.
But as long as Bear, I say redirect back to what they were talking about, I see no problem with it.
Yeah, but it's very hard to do that. One of the things that I incorporate into my producing style is an example of it is what I just did. I'll typically pull up a comment for the audience to read while the conversation continues, and so while the people are still discussing the topic, they can look at a particular comment, read it, chuckle, but not have the main conversation.
But also saying that. But saying that though, with the formula of like making sure that super chat is priority and you are going to be on the screen instantaneously, maybe it brings more super chats because people want to be in the show, right? They want to be like part of it. Where if
you wait too long and that moment passes,
instant gratification, right?
Right. I agree with Lux on that one.
See, it's a balance. I think Bear does a good job at reading the room. He knows what the chat. If Archie goes in the wrong direction, he reins him back in. That's Bear's strength. He knows what's interesting and what's not. Archie, on the other hand,
were the birds an artistic background noise? Did we lose Snake?
Yeah, I think we lost Snake.
Sorry, are you there? Just cut out there.
I think we lost you, but you're back now.
What was the
Super
question?
chat from Pavel. He reminds us that we missed this from way back. $2.
Oh, sorry,
Flake.
Pavel.
Flake, why is OC so interested in Archie's keys? Hoff, do you want to jump in, or do you, Flake?
Yeah, I can jump in here. I mean, the guy's just a megalomaniac, quite frankly, and he's looking to overtake another one of these watch streams and just enforce his very narrow, focused opinion on watches and Rolex, and quite frankly, is ruining the hobby for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I see.
No, on a serious, hold on. On a serious note, I do know OC gets a lot of pressure from Bear and some other people. Why don't you participate on Archie? And Archie giving him the keys was a way of kind of putting the onus on OC to kind of step up there a bit. And I think he feels some type of
half. Archie would have given the keys to anyone. Right?
Oh, I don't disagree, but Archie has said on numerous occasions, why doesn't OC come on my show? I like OC on Timmy's show. I wish he would come on my show. Bear has said that on several occasions. Bear has spoken to OC about it.
I also think that Tim doesn't want OC coming on Archie as much as Archie wants him to come on. I personally believe that.
Well, I think OC is his own man, and regardless of
I'm saying when Archie used to ask about chrono, cars and chrono, why doesn't he come on? You could just tell Tim when Tim's lying. The body language. I used to play poker. The live tells are so obvious to Tim. I could tell when he's lying. He goes, "Oh yeah, he'll come on." you know, then Tim will message Chrono, look, just go on Archie just to shut him up. That's how it seems.
Yeah, what you guys don't
And I
see
don't blame
is that
Tim. I don't blame Tim for wanting OC and cars for himself. I don't blame him.
yeah, what
But
you
I
what
could
you
tell
don't
when
see
Tim's lying.
is behind the scenes. I'm an extremely important asset to Tim. So of course he doesn't want me to spend time with anybody else because you know, I'm not
Look, you could
like
tell.
Bear said. Bear called me the Dick Cheney, which is completely untrue, right?
I think you advised Tim quite well. I think you advised Tim quite well. I think you know how to handle Tim. Does he listen to you all the time? No. But you guys are a good team.
He doesn't
like
listen
Archie?
to him 97% of the time, and I think that's a
right.
conservative estimate, right, OC?
He listens to OC more than anyone else.
There was a situation I will tell you between us, and nobody's watching the show.
Yeah,
so
no
it doesn't
one's
matter,
watching. I mean, we got 33 upvotes right now, so who could be watching?
Tim and I spoke. I talked to him about a couple of things. He listened and did them, and the result was like unbelievable.
I'll tell you what those things were. I see. When I was having a go at Tim on Archie's stream, Tim was receiving a lot of messages, presumably from you. Next stream, Tim becomes suddenly a lot more remorseful. You could tell that you had to talk to him. You said, Tim, just apologize, be a bit remorseful. They won't give you as much
Super chat.
You could tell you spoke to him. Am I right? I said, did you tell Tim to be a bit more remorseful? Yes or no?
I can't imagine that conversation happening.
Yeah,
but OC?
That would never happen.
Yeah. Did you advise?
Not
did you
even
advise
close.
him? The lack of an answer is an answer in itself. So
no. It's just it's presidential. It's a presidential confidentiality.
Did you tell him to be a lot more remorseful? Yes or no? Just yes or no answer.
About what?
About green room situation. Say, accept some responsibility, because he was brushing it off and deflecting like he usually does. That's why I gave him shit.
I will never ever reveal the advice that I give to Tim.
I mean, he has an NDA with Tim Wright LLC, so he has to be careful here. Hold on, I'm adding Carly Q back on the stream.
Attorney-client privilege.
Any better?
Yeah, way better. Finally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of a static thing at the end, but I think we can deal with this.
The only thing I had was a cheap wired headset that I used for my phone years ago.
That's what you're using right now?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a boomer, Hoff. I'm almost 60.
No,
I don't know
what
how
I
to
was
use
going to say is try wiggling, like just rotating that plug or sticking it back in and out in the computer. Sometimes there could be a little dust or something that shorts.
Is it a computer or the phone?
Or either one.
That any better?
Yes, it solved it.
Okay. You must be a board engineer or something.
No, I just deal with this shit all the time.
You know what? I got to say something. I think it's Lux report that really calmed this guy down. The big dick guy. I mean, he calmed down a lot. You make a lot of sense, Flake, when you're not picking on somebody's wife or kids, their marriage status, bad marriages, obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes. Did I miss anything?
You know what I advise? Look, a lot of the people in the chat are probably over 50. Get your test levels.
All you do is advise. That's all you do is advise.
I'm just telling you, I have friends who complain about low libido, being lethargic. Get your test levels checked out. They get checked out, and they got test levels of a prepubescent kid. The doctor will then put them on patches or maybe injections once or twice a week, and they become a different person. A lot of them lose fat and develop and put on muscle without even training, just because the test levels are in normal range. And
bro, you're right on the money with that, but you're talking about a guy that you just told him to check his testosterone and blood sugar, and he ate a half a pound of chocolate right after you told him that.
Look,
hold
I
on, guys.
can't do much with it.
OG hash hockey $2. It's the money. Arch would sell his booty for a nickel bag, and we have Turtle Knight Curly's fan $2.99 Aussie. Curly upgraded to a mug and string mic this call.
I did. Hey, OC.
Yes, Curly.
I just want to ask you something. I got this like a couple of questions, especially you New York City guys. I just got to ask you this.
You've been amazing in the chat, so I feel like any question you ask me, I'm happy to answer.
You know what? I mean, I'm a little bit of a troll, but I am so glad tonight. The one person I never trolled was Ross Rachel Brady. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what he said tonight, I would have felt like the biggest fucking asshole.
So I missed it. What happened?
He said he suffers from depression, severe anxiety, and is taking a lot of medication for it. Coming on helps him escape some of his problems. I felt for him.
So did
Jesus. See,
and that's really, and that's, and I don't feel for anybody
usually because you never know
so
what someone's going through.
That's one guy. I am so happy that, you know, maybe it's because he stays so quiet. I never said anything about him, but what he said tonight, I mean, the thing that really stood out to me is that, as stupid as a lot of this stuff sounds, you know, it's entertaining enough to make a difference in like that guy's life. And imagine how many people there are out there where, you know, I mean, I am entertained by this. I don't watch any TV but you know, it was really eye opening what that guy said. I mean, as silly as he looks when he laughs and you don't understand it, but those couple of sentences that he said really is going to make me think twice before I hit the send button when I put a comment.
You see, Curly, I felt the same way about Mike, but Mike sometimes irritates the fuck out of me with some of the
full of
lies.
Shit,
right?
Mike's a nice guy. You know what? The thing with Mike the Snake is he'll make up stuff to fit in. You know, it's understandable. You guys know it. You just because Mike is a nice guy, you just blow it off.
See, Curly, I called him out, which he said today. Drew is doing such a good job being a father, a man. Anyone who's seen Drew on the streams, look, will recognize that the guy is just a kid who just had a kid. And Mike says things without even thinking.
Hoff, this tremendous psychoanalysis of all these
but
panelists is amazing.
Flake, this is their release. You know what? This is their release. I understand it. I felt the same way that you feel like about Mike the Snake.
But
the thing is let it go. Who gives a shit? Let it go. Do you think that Timmy's not full of shit? Everybody here's full of shit.
I think Mike should be controlled, and when he starts going on, Archie should have a buzzer. So
is there any way for us to have a conversation
set off the buzzer?
For them not to hear us? That'd be great.
Wait, hold on.
You want a buzzer to control people? Are you out of your fucking mind or something? You want a buzzer to control people?
That's what I think. Mike the Tractor.
You're a professional you're a professional person that does therapy, and you want a button to control people. Like you hit a button and they fucking jump out of their chair.
To be clear, Curly, I don't think
joking.
Snake, are you a therapist? I thought you were just a nutritionist who had a lot of insight.
I'm half joking now. He's Tom Thumb.
I had a lot of respect for you until you came up with that button zapping thing or whatever the fuck. I don't even know what you meant.
I'm half joking.
Control somebody with a button.
All right. Listen, Curly Q, thank you.
My man Mathis, yeah.
Thank you for saying what you're saying.
Mathis, you're the one who inspired me to try to learn to come on here. I said I would never super chat Timmy. I would never come on live streams. And you're the fucking guy that made me do it, especially when you took those videos of me being drunk.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Mathis
Curly
put
Q.
a top on.
Yeah, I put a top on. Listen, let's have Curly Q. I appreciate you saying that, guys. Let's have enough of this tonight. Enough negativity. Let's. It's been 2 hours of this. Okay,
I'm having fun. These guys.
I know, but if Hoff, since you're in control of the stream tonight,
yes.
All right. If I do something very embarrassing, can we get rid of the Snake the Flake for tonight?
Nah,
we could negotiate.
That's almost like the button thing.
First of all, Curly Q, you never asked your questions of Hoff and myself.
No,
You
I
know
don't
what?
think
You're
we
right.
should. I don't think we should mess with the free speech either. But just enough of the negativity, okay?
Okay,
Fucking A.
this has got nothing to do with anybody on the panel. I want to know this. You know that I don't like Tim, but I respect him because of his work ethic. Okay, I don't know Tim. I respect him. I don't like hypocrites. Timmy's a bit of a hypocrite. You know, fighting the cartel thing while fucking Nico's logos all over the place and PK watches. And let me go over to Swiss Watch whatever. But here's what I want to know tonight. Is the first? Was it tonight? Well, yeah, he was leaving from Melbourne when Timmy did his first live stream, and he was in his hotel room, or was it yesterday when he? He actually broke down. I don't know if you guys noticed that or not. When he started talking about not even doing the USA tour, did you guys catch that?
That's when I called him out. That's when I called him out.
But I mean, he wasn't acting. I mean, Timmy was actually, you could see that he was very bothered. He said, I'm sick of being a punching bag for the whole community. I'm sick of being a punching bag for Archie. I'm sick of, I don't even want to do this anymore. And I mean, that's how he left the room.
Well, let's. I think you're paraphrasing a bit because I did see that part. He said he felt those emotions throughout this trip. He didn't say he was feeling all those emotions all at once while he was packing. Correct? That's the way I remember.
He did it because Archie was belittling him.
Yes.
About money. Okay.
But it wasn't only that, because I've talked to Timmy several times on the phone throughout this trip. I think a lot of the stress is the onus on him to be the tour guide, right, in a place he doesn't really know. He had to book all the travel. He feels the obligation of keeping Bondage and Evan entertained since they're on the road with him and Bondage funded the tickets. He has Archie constantly, belittling him. Then other fans that are coming. Then on top of it, he has his wife calling him
exactly
raging. It's a lot.
He's getting abuse from home. He's getting abuse from Archie, especially. His stress level, you could tell. I mean that. What I don't understand is
Curly. So people should maybe cut the guy some slack a little bit.
No, it's you know hard. What? But Mathis, it's not that. It's the number one guy. I've seen Timmy deal with trolls. He's dealt with he's turned me from a troll that didn't like him, and I respect his work ethic. Timmy has
that's one thing you have to listen. If I'm being honest here, and I don't think I've ever said this to Timmy. When I started watching Archie's live streams, he was the person on the panel I definitely liked the least. And over time, seeing his work ethic and just kind of, interacting with him and talking to him, and sometimes realizing, he's a lot nicer than he could come off. What used to drive me personally nuts about Timmy is he would never say please or thank you, or I found him very rude when he was doing these Gonzo streams and how he would treat service workers.
Huff, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Tim reminds me of the character in Seinfeld, the close talker. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. And he is, and Mathis can vouch for this, and as can OC, he is a notorious close talker and invades your personal space when you hang out with him.
Oh, yeah.
But I find that funny. I do find
He also, Snake the Flake, he also invades other couples' personal space.
Oh, yeah.
And will start dancing with your girlfriend.
You have to understand that it's also a function
that's why he's so good with the Gonzo streams.
He's great with it. He has personality unbelievable sometimes.
That's part of his charm. I don't mind that.
Of it, Snake, hold on a second. An element of it is the logistics of the audio and the microphone, right? So when you're live streaming with someone, you're going to get close to them.
He bought a pair of microphones, remote microphones, to use on his trip. Why didn't he use them?
That's a great question, Snake. One that
I posted in the chat.
He's only got two hands. He's only got two hands.
No.
One for a phone, one for a camera.
No, he bought a set of
two
pair of
lavalier
microphones.
mics that connected to his camera. Well, you know what? That was to be used for the movie, so we wouldn't have seen that in the live stream. So
No, but why?
that
No,
was-
why didn't you use it when he's doing the Gonzo streaming instead of sharing AirPods?
Dude, it's too much
unless
for one
him
guy.
and Arch were already wired
no
up.
work.
Those lavaliers, you got to actually like typically set them up, like tape them to a shirt. or
No,
something.
I've seen Paul Thorpe use it with Spencer. He'll be walking
Guys,
along.
who gives
and
a
there's
fuck?
once
Curly Q, let me ask you a
No,
question. Are you in New York?
Am I in New York? No, I'm not in New York.
Oh,
I can't afford that high polluting lifestyle.
where are you? If you don't mind my asking.
Yeah,
I'm
you
in
sound like you
Chicago.
have a certain asset. Chicago. Okay.
Chicago.
I grew up in New York. I grew up in New York till I was 12 years old. My uncle used to own a pizzeria on 42nd Street.
Okay, if you ever
wow.
get to New York, you'll look Hoffing me up, right?
Yes.
I'll probably never go to New York, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, if I go to Chicago,
You know
I'm
what?
gonna look you
I
up.
might. I still have two cousins that are there that I keep in contact on Facebook. But yes, I would do that if I could. But I hardly think right now it's going to happen in the next couple of years. And I might get bored with you guys. I don't know.
Very honest answer.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, OC, to get to my questions, I mean, the one thing that bothered me was I could actually see there were 2 times where I saw Timmy where the stress was really getting to him. One was when everybody ganged up on him, including you, Snake, and Archie went along with it, and he didn't have anybody there to defend him, not Bear, not anybody, and he kind of got squirrely with the Snake. But then is in that room, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of it's got to do, in my opinion, with money. Okay, Tim is a good earner.
Yes.
Okay, and Archie could pretend to be his boss, but he's not. Timmy does his live streams on the streets. Timmy networks. You guys all know it. Archie sits there, and then if Archie does do anything on the street, he does it with a 1994 POV camera and shoves it up his nose, so you see all these nose hairs. And I really think a lot of this has got to do with money, and I really hate to see that, because what I want to ask you, OC, does he have a business model? Does Timmy have an actual business model? I'm sorry, what?
I was just saying, you don't have to be a genius. It's all about the money. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but look you could work. There's a mutual benefit. Both of these guys, they realize it. Bears made them realize it. But I know Timmy knows it. But what is Archie doing about it?
They both know.
Yeah, but what is it? But then why is he always beating up on this kid for money? Do they have a business model where
shtick, I think.
I don't think in the hotel room it was shtick. I don't think so, because he even like muttered under his voice, I don't know if I'm going to get slow paid about his pen and cufflinks and stuff. So I don't know. If it is fake, well, then he's really, really good at drama, because like I said, I don't really care about Timmy, but that actually bothered me because the kid puts in a lot of work. He's taken a lot of abuse from Archie, but not only there on that stupid fucking dungeon with Sirocco fucking, Sirocco sales knocking him down. Everybody's dumping on this kid, and he's the only one that I see really working hard. He is.
Yeah, but he works.
And like I said, I don't really like Timmy, but he is working hard. You can't take that away from him.
Curly,
and he should be paid for it.
This works in Tim's favor, but then people start feeling sorry for Tim.
This is
how's it in his favor? How's it in his favor? Because I've seen in the last 3 days, Archie tried to knock him out of his pre-show. Archie tried to dump on him in his fucking post-show.
It's all a script, Curly.
Archie wants a part of all his super chats. The guy gave those guys $500 cash each. And I asked Timmy, did Archie just hand you over the $500 the guy gave you to pay you for your pen and your cufflinks? And he said, he mumbled No, I'm going to get slow paid. You know, he's not a trust fund kid. You can tell anybody that goes to an airport lounge and stuffs his fucking pockets full of fucking biscuits and crackers and steals Diet Coke is not a millionaire trust fund fucking kid.
Timmy, the
And
airport scrounger.
His wife does not abuse him because she knows he has money. Okay? Yeah. So that kid is eating himself. He's eating himself. From the first time I saw Timmy to now, he's gained 30 pounds.
Carly, can I interject for 1 second?
Yeah.
Hey, Snake, I'm noticing the narcs in the chat. I always thought you two were the same people. So,
it's the same person. It's the same person.
Is that your alt that you're just going in the chat under? Can I get a confirmation here?
It's the same person.
Okay. All right. Sorry.
Look, I think it's the cost of doing business with Arch. Tim has gained a lot by appearing on Arch's stream. So if he gets slow paid a little, that's the cost of doing business.
And Snake the Flake. Little abuse. Snake the Flake. What do you think would happen if Tim walked right now?
I said to Arch, I go, you need Tim more than Tim needs you. And if Arch,
what do you think would happen if he walked right today?
I think it all depends on circumstance.
Look, if Archie tells Tim to fuck off, I think Archie will suffer. With a lot of donors, then take sides. There's a lot of donors now donate to both Tim and Archie. If you get rid of Tim, people are going to take sides. So you're going to lose half the donors.
Archie ain't going to tell him to fuck off.
And I think he knows, bottom line, if it's going to cost him, he's not going to get rid of Tim.
Yeah, we're
there'll be a side thing. There'll be definitely a side thing. And I feel if people, whoever choose sides, come over to talk and comment in the Tim stream or vice versa, it'll be like,
look, Archie's not like that. Archie's gonna Lux. Archie's gonna make you choose sides. Tim is not.
And that's where Archie always puts himself at a disadvantage. Because Archie's done that in the past, and it ends up alienating a lot of people.
See, Tim is inclusive. Archie's not. His panel is inclusive. That's Tim's strength.
Yeah. Archie made a comment today that was a little bit off the mark. He said something like, and this is part of the script, but it's still a little concerning. He said something like, if Tim decides to walk away, that'll be a mistake because look what happened to JJ. When you
look, that's Archie being Archie. He knows,
right?
He knows how much he needs Tim. Archie cannot take half a day off without Tim. He could take it easy, but he knows he has Tim. Tim has a backup crew. Archie doesn't.
Well, I think Archie's building one with this.
Look, Archie doesn't build a crew. He expects people to come on. So that's why he offered the keys to you. He would offer it to anyone off the street.
I'm resigning. I'm relinquishing my keys. By the way, I'm resigning my honorary position.
But also, Arch also is upset why people are not coming on, and I understand where Arch is coming from. In his own mind, he feels like people should help him out.
OC.
Yes.
As Timmy's attorney, did you not lay out a business model, a plan between him and Archie for this shared, endeavor that they, this shared business that they share?
No, the model is built up right now around the division of time slots. So the Archie.
I'm talking about financially, money wise. Say Timmy reaches $500 in super chats on a particular night to pacify Archie. Say he would.
Why would he do that?
Because that's the problem.
This isn't the mafia for it. He has to. Tim.
Well, it is for Archie. It is for Archie because Timmy wings it, and Archie thinks he's a business fucking man. Him and his 6 fucking briefcases. He thinks he's running an enterprise.
Curly Q 100% has Italian blood. Number one. Number two, He definitely has someone in his family's in the mafia, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Look,
Mafia does
Archie
not
makes
exist.
good money.
Mathis.
Archie makes good money. If you look at his Playboard earnings, he's making mid 300, close to 400. Now, add the Patreon. He's making pretty good money. He's got his father who's an accountant, write off expenses, cars an expense. The problem is he's spending too much. Everyone knows that. So he's making, I reckon, $500,000 a year.
He's going back to your earlier
Carly,
question.
we have a request from a longtime mod and one of my favorite members of the chat. Can you please honor him?
Freeze. Freeze!
Curly.
No, you didn't write it right. The way you got to write it is freeze, you motherfucker. That's the way you say that. You got to put the U in there. Freeze, you dirty motherfucker, you. That's how you say that, fat windbag.
Curly, you're more
Well
than
done.
welcome to come on here anytime. And Lex Report also.
You know, I know I have no status between you guys, but fat windbag, what is it with Diego? My God.
I know.
Give that kid a break. Jesus Christ.
Well, he's a big fan of Mathis as well.
I mean, can you party with lesbians on the weekend and have
Listen.
your best friend come in from New York and film it and fucking make a
Windbag
great
says-
video? No.
Yeah. Windbag
I
says
mean,
all
who
these
else
things,
does
but
that?
he's mailing me a bottle of bourbon real soon. So don't let these guys fool you.
Yeah, a lot of it's car crash humor, and at the end, everyone
You got to remember,
kinda a bit more respect.
you got to
for each
remember,
other.
Fat Windbag Ben and Three-Hander hated him initially.
Yeah, they
Oh,
love
I
him
know.
now.
I know.
So
Absolutely,
Windbag Ben, you
absolutely
can send
hated
me
him.
that
Yeah.
Lagavulin.
Almost every troll that hates Tim always comes around. They still watch, and they always come around.
Curly, would you have a
Timmy's
drink
smart.
with Tim? Curly, would you have a drink with Tim?
I
if he
don't.
came to
You know what?
Chicago?
I don't drink, but for him, I'd have a cigar with him. I'd have a cigar
Okay.
with him. I don't drink
Okay.
anymore.
So you're not a hater. You're not a hater.
You know what? What I don't like about Timmy is he's got the same hypocrisy that Archie's got. But I mean, I don't think Timmy has to do what Archie does to make the money he makes. That's my honest opinion. I think
Max
that
panel right now, right? I was saying.
I really like Timmy doesn't have to make his money like Archie does. That's
Or do it, and I'll
all I
retire
can
for
say.
the night. How
That's
about that?
Timmy hasn't got the
best way I
expenses.
can put it.
Timmy hasn't got the expenses Archie has. He's got
Guys, I
no
have
kids.
to
I'll
tell you
take
that
that.
it is. It's
I'll
super
take
late
that
where
as
I am.
Curly Q's a fan.
Guys, it's super late where I
Timmy's
am. So I
not
wanna
dumb enough
thank
to
you.
go lease a fucking BMW for 5 fucking years and buy 6 LV suitcases and.
Well, the craziest thing is I thought Archie was joking about the putting the down payment on a credit card for that lease, but he showed
Plus
the
that
receipt.
that deal was really bad.
Yeah, but this is why everyone tunes in to watch Archie.
Yeah, no,
Guys,
absolutely. It's part of the
Guys.
allure.
If he spent
Thanks so much for
wisely,
having me
no one
tonight.
will be
I
watching.
will
Thank
bid
you,
a
OC.
good night.
Have a
and
good
I'll
night,
see you
OC.
later. Peace out. Anytime, you guys.
I'm not
And
going to talk.
by the
I'm not
way,
gonna,
if I end up streaming till like 4 a.m. again, please check me into a mental institution. I'll give you.
All right, wait a minute, real quick.
Are you going to read?
No, you read it, please.
All right. Snap 20 pounds. OC, Miss Super. Wait, what's MSC?
I'm not sure.
Miss
Someone's
Super
initials,
Chat.
right?
Miss Super
Oh,
Chat
Miss Super
recently, 1 a.m. and gets missed. What the fuck? Also, member chat highlighted by emoji didn't get read. Tim said in NYC we pick members, not true. What the fuck are we members paying for? If you watch chat, said in chat. Hold on.
Well, it was my it was my member chat, the 10-month
Yeah,
thing.
we
No
can't
worry.
see YouTube member chat. Sorry.
Yeah, apologies there. Snap. Dirk Diggler, 499. Curly OG. Watch Nicholas Bub. We came in hot at first with Tim, but we learned to like him, at least for me. Would I do business with AC or Tim? No.
Peace out.
Oh, we got El Descents $5. This ain't a year ago. Tim can win on this now, especially if the regulars on the panel can keep him from making dumb decisions less often. And that is always a hard time. Hold on, Marcelo. I see you backstage. I'll get to you.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I just want to knock out these super chats. I feel bad. I hate when people miss these super chats. And
this is not good.
This is not good. Curly, be prepared. I'm in the kitchen. I'm in Marcelo's kitchen right now.
Marcelo, welcome to the stream, my friend.
No, I'm not going to explode, but no, I'm good. Look, I also don't have nothing against the team. I think team is okay. Team did help me a couple of times in the beginning of when I started to do the streams. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Marcelo.
I don't have a problem with some of the trolls.
Marcelo, can you please do us all a favor here too and say, "Freeze, you motherfucker"?
No, I'm going to do better than that. You do have Fat Wild Big Ben, 300, these two fucking cunts that are going to. I want to know who is the motherfucker sick person that gave to these fucking cunts a range. These two completely motherfuckers. I'm going to eat them alive. I mean, they really, really piss me off lately so much that I'm going to eat them alive. I mean, take the fucking balls and put in the grill, and put it in my fucking mouth, you little pieces of shit. I'm going to show you where if you guys
You're gonna put their balls in your mouth?
I'm going to
That's
show you
real tough.
exactly where to poo, And regarding my fake watches, I mean, you should stop putting your vibrators in your ass that probably coming out of your mouth, and you don't know no more what to do in your fucking basement. That's what I'm going to say. Besides that, I'm okay with everybody else. No problem.
Hold on one sec. Gary Dudez, $10 upvote and super chat, folks.
And if you want to fuck me, put me for
hold on one second, Marcel. We only have 49 upvotes. Please help.
It's going to pay like a fucking $100 to boot me. If not, I'm going to show him the fucking dicks. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it looks like Winbag's ready for the challenge.
Welcome to the watch community. Does anybody have any watch questions?
Yeah, you fucking ugly piece of garbage. You never show your face. You never show. I mean, fucking funny fucking piece of cunt. Unbelievable. Fucking believable.
Three-handers really on your ass too, huh?
Piece of cunt. Come on. You want to come to the washroom, or you want me to put your head inside the toilet? Come.
Yeah, Dirk's a fan of this new energy.
Oh man,
this is like a French Pee Wee Herman.
Come on,
motherfucker, come on.
I'm going to screenshot you guys, and I'm going to put you guys in my private list. Come on, little fatty. Come. Show your balls. Come to me. Come.
You know what it is, Mathis? He's back to basics. He's in the toilet and revved up again.
Come.
Marcelo, you're telling these guys to show you their balls. You're gonna put their balls in your mouth. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, Hoff, like
look. You know. I mean, you know what this dog fights? You know when you take a fucking dog and you fuck him in the ass just to show him.
Hold on.
You got him.
Sorry.
Too much.
This is where I draw the line. This is where I draw the line. Oh my god, guys!
Snake the Flake, you caused all this. You caused all this to happen, Snake the Flake.
I got him a little too revved up. Jesus Christ.
I'm so glad I learned how to use this StreamYard tonight.
All right, hold on. We got to give Marcelo a second to calm down.
Oh, fuck. No, get him back on here.
All right, hold on. All right, I had to put you on a little time. I had to give you a little breather.
It's okay.
I'm crying right now.
I'm going to make a special. I'm not going to curse no more, but I'm just going to say I'm going to make a really, really special video dedicated to Freehander and Fat White Big Ben. Wait for my
I
lovely
await.
I
video.
think
I
yes.
patiently
Wait for
await.
my
Yeah.
lovely
We are
video.
patiently awaiting that
You're
one.
really
Can
going
I
to
have-
love my video.
Can
Really.
I have Lex Report's opinion on what just happened here?
And I am, in fairness,
Lux, you there, Lux?
dropping the link for both
Wait, did you say
Three-Hander and
Lux or
Windbag
Lex? Lex Report
No,
or
Lux
Lux Report?
for their right of response.
About all this, Lux.
Yeah, Lux, actually,
To be
how
honest,
do you feel about him stealing your whole vibe and your name? Because I know that branding gets mixed up a lot.
Oh, I wasn't meaning that. Okay.
I want to know how everybody feels about Marcelo fucking dogs when he gets mad.
Man,
Settle
wait
down,
for the
Curly.
video.
Hold on,
Wait for
Curly.
the
Curly,
video.
settle down a second. I want to
Man,
get.
yeah,
I really
actually,
do want to get Lux's feedback.
going-
Hold on one
It's
second,
Yeah.
going to
Marcel.
be a trilogy.
Okay. I'll go back to the first
Not a
question.
video.
Hold on, sorry,
Trilogy.
Marcel. I got to
Listen.
mute you. Oh. All right, go, Lux.
As soon as Marcelo came on, I just walked away. I didn't hear anything he said, so I don't know what the hell's happened for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, he's been raging against some of his
Bestiality.
detractors in the chat. And
All right,
he's
but
making
Lux-
some crazy analogies.
And regarding your second question, okay, so for people that don't understand the full context of what happened, I will tell you why Lex the Dexter changed his name. He said to me, he says he wanted to change his name to Lex Report because he wanted to get the what was his quote, follow the coattails of Lux Report and take subscribers from Lux Report. And I was like, okay, whatever. And he did it. He copied my logo as well. He put like gold letters with the calligraphy kind of logo, and he put Lex Report. So I sent him a friendly email and says, hey, you know, you've kind of copied my logo. You've kind of copied my name. You're originally Lex the Dexter. What the hell's going on? And he's like, oh, but my real legal name is Lex. So, you know, this is my name. You know, you can't stop me using my name. And I was like, yeah, but come on, you've copied my logo. You're just taking the piss. He says, okay. I will help you out. I will put an S on the name Lex Reports. I was just like, basically, he's a piece of.
By the way,
yeah, so he's been
also,
a dickhead
I
from
don't
the
want to.
start.
Sorry, I don't want to mix with OG or because there is a guy named OG, I think.
OG Hash Hockey? We love OG
Yeah.
Hash Hockey.
I love him also very much. Wait for his video special edition. Wait. He's also going to come to that guy.
Oh, okay. Hold on one sec, Marcel. 1x $2. This needs to be members only. That was awesome. See,
I think
Marcel?
so. I
You
think
get some
so.
Fans.
Remember, it'll be
I
only
don't
$4 to watch this video tomorrow.
Yeah. And Snap,
I don't understand why.
hold on. I want to go back to Snap's super chat. Snap sent us 10 pounds and 20 pounds actually. Even more reason. So I messed this up, but he's giving me some context.
OC missed his super chat recently.
OC missed members super chat recently. One and a member.
And it gets one
missed.
and a members gets missed. What the fuck? Also, a members
this
chat highlighted by emoji didn't get read. Tim said in New York City, we pick members. Not true. I'm not sure what that means.
So he may mean what that
know
like
exactly
hang out
what he
in New
means.
York.
I think
Okay,
I know
go.
exactly what he means. I don't really watch the previous streams, but from what I can guess from the super chat, you see in the StreamYard, you can see all the comments on the right hand side, and you see the like a little icon next to the name for someone that has a membership. You see like the green S or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
these
gets
are members.
highlighted.
Yeah, these are members. So maybe Tim said before we will bring members. we will highlight members' chats. You don't have to pay. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Oh, got it. Is that
Because
what you
you're already
mean?
paid.
Oh,
members,
yeah.
right?
He's saying Snap saying members get one free super chat a month, which is 100% the truth. The one thing, Snap, just so you're aware of, the one issue with StreamYard, and when you're hosting the show, usually I'll have someone, like when Tim's hosting, I'll usually keep an eye on the chat in the YouTube environment. Those member super chat or those member chats don't show up in the StreamYard. So if you're looking and you're hosting the show and you're primarily focused on the StreamYard window, you don't see that member chat, and that's why it was missed. So apologies there. And to anyone who had a missed, member chat, let me know, and I'll certainly bring it up. Usually, there's someone who shouts it out, but with OC,
Hey, Lux. Lux.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you, you're very talented. Video. You make very talented videos.
Thank you.
The videos you make on your channel, you could make a turd sound interesting the way you speak about it. You really do. You've got some very interesting videos, very informative.
Yeah, and Lux
really
used to go on Marcelo Time all the time, the 24-hour channel, and I used to enjoy listening to him there too, until somebody murdered Marcelo and his channel.
Yeah, I didn't follow Marcelo stuff, but he's got some really like I'm almost feel like I'm watching foreign news when I hear like a foreign documentary.
You can say I have balls. You can say I have balls.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcelo, you ever been to Sicily?
Marcelo, you got balls right now.
Have you ever been to Sicily?
I born in Genova. I born in Italy, but I grew up in Brazil until 7 years old.
Did you ever go? Did you ever go on the weekends in the plaza when they put on the marionette show? You know what a marionette show is?
With the puppets.
You know what that is?
The puppets.
When you don't have TV and stuff, everybody goes and has an ice cream or a drink, and they go to the piazza and they watch the marionette show. You ever see a marionette show?
I think I saw it in a movie, maybe. Yeah.
Dude, you remind me of a human marionette, man.
Okay.
All right, let me say one thing.
Hold on. I just want to get to the super chat before I forget. GD 20. I think that was Argentinian something or other. No bird brain toxic sludge. I think
GD.
Marcelo's.
Wait for the special.
All right, Marcelo, you do have balls, and right now they're hanging right in the water.
Yeah, and they're going to feel it very smoothly. Wait, it's coming like 3-4 videos, one after another. Man, I hope.
Oh, and this wants to talk about your new haircut, by the way. I didn't notice any new haircut. I thought that was typically kind of how you keep your hair on usual, right?
I tried to cut it short lately. What did the problem about my haircut?
I don't know. It's probably just breaking short. Hey, I thought you were asleep. Maybe Marcelo's screaming woke him up all the way in Israel. What were you saying, Carly?
You know what? It's amazing that when Marcelo gets pissed off, he speaks perfect English. He doesn't get the and no crazy laugh.
Because I think he second
mad all the
guesses
time.
himself. Yeah,
I understand every word you say when you're pissed off. It's good.
Carly, have you ever seen?
I fucked up and pissed off on one target. Don't forget, I do speak 4 languages, but when I get pissed on one person, I think in only one language, and I'm going to fuck his fucking ass. Yeah, please.
Carly, have you ever seen when Marcelo's confronted and fights back against like 12 people on Austin Daniels' stream?
No, the only thing that I ever saw of Marcelo is like the stuff that Timmy played back and stuff like that, or some stuff that Archie was busting him on, but like Marcelo explodes.
I'm gonna send you a link.
Welcome to my life.
It's kind of funny because that channel, what is it? Breaking Time or something like that. What is that channel that makes all the spoof videos? Something.
Oh,
Time
Beyond
something.
Time.
Beyond Time. Yeah, when they had Marcelo on there and they speed up his voice, you actually understand him. when they speed him up real fast, he's all mad and he speed him up, and I'm like, I can understand every word he's saying.
Yo, Curly Q is from now on and forth the Chicago gangster in this community, okay? He's now the Chi-Town hub for anything we need.
Mathis and Huff, let me ask you guys something. Do you believe this fucking washing machine story?
No.
Do you believe it?
No, I don't.
I hate him.
I don't know. I
Thank
don't
you.
think so.
NATO $2.99. Here you go, Marcelo. Check out his new Avi. Oof.
NATO, you did a point, but I don't have nothing against you, you know. But
Well,
but,
you
but
know-
these balls actually is exactly what they're going to show the other guys. So don't worry.
Well, when you go to church and they pass they pass the basket around and you put $1 or $2 in it, you know. These days, you go to church, they ask you for direct deposit. Okay? Archie and Tim were just asking for $2 or $5 a night. It's not a big deal.
NATO.
And Marcelo. And Lux Report's gonna give me nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, like Report just put the
Yeah, he has these crazy filters.
Fatboy Big Ben, no?
Yeah, the first
this
time
is
that
Freddy on reality.
the first time I saw him do that, he was like an anime character. It freaked me the
Yeah.
fuck
Marcelo,
out.
you can't
Oh,
do anything
sorry.
to that dog, Marcelo. Get any thoughts about that dog?
Yeah. You know, it's a great combination when you have Italian and Israeli. Man, we both can screw
I seen
up
a lot of
people.
Italians get mad, but I didn't see any of them threaten to fuck my dog.
I hate to say this, but what does Snake the Flake
You,
have to
you'd
say?
you would actually back me off of you if me and you were nose to nose and you said something like that. I'd actually back off of you.
Oh, 100%.
No,
It kind of
Italians are
works.
strong.
It works.
No, Italians are strong. Italians are great. I mean, come on, man.
Oh my God.
I know Italians are also cool, but they also.
So Hop, the washing machine story is just a backup to slow pay Timmy for the cups and pens.
No, of course it
No.
happened.
There's no way.
Why don't you believe it?
Okay, Snake.
Why wouldn't you?
Did you ever see when Archie's refrigerator broke down?
No, look, I can relate to Arch, right? I had my air conditioning going. That's $2,000, right?
No, but but it's not you. But I'm saying, did you see how Archie reacted when his refrigerator broke down?
First
I
of all,
remember,
his
I remember the
refrigerator.
incident.
First of all, a Bosch washing machine in Australia cost about $1,600 American, not $1,000. That's number one.
No,
Number
you
two,
can
he
get-
only put one picture. He pulled the washing machine out, neatly taped the hose on top of the washing machine, took one picture, said it was broken, didn't really mention it too much. When his refrigerator broke down, he made 20 live streams.
Here's the other tell for me, Carly. He didn't blame he basically didn't blame Tim for breaking.
Exactly.
If that really broke, Timmy asking to do some laundry for free at his house would have ultimately been the reason why it broke. And he would have been harping on it the entire time.
Timmy left the shirt there that he wore for 37 hours.
Right.
I don't think he expected Timmy to charge him for the pen and cufflinks. And I mean, if I got up.
Well, I think what really got to him was when Saad said it was an okay deal and it wasn't an amazing deal.
Exactly.
If you watch that stream.
He got to protect Hyde. It was pretty nice.
So so Curdy, you're saying he's it's all made up because he doesn't want to pay Tim? Is that your point?
I don't think Archie's not a deadbeat. Archie pays from what I see, he pays. But if he could slow pay you, he's going to slow pay you. And believe me, if there's somebody he's going to slow pay, it's going to be Timmy.
Oh, that's for sure.
Green,
I
Green Room,
second
come back.
GD. Green Room, come back. Where are you, Green Room? We need a green stream update.
One
Hold on,
thing
let
I
me
want to
see
give
if I
to
can
Archie.
get him.
One thing I want to say, a big point about Archie is that if he says he's going to do something, he fucking does it. Like regarding like a personal level, if he says he's going to pay you for something or he's going to buy something, or anything regarding money, he's very on the ball. He's never late. He does exactly what he says he's going to do. He keeps his word.
Hey, Lux, don't you think? I really think that money is going to come in between these two guys, and I think Archie seems to be laying the groundwork for it. And I'd hate to see that because, money comes in between people, and I think the only guy I really think the telltale sign for me that some of this is serious was the way Tim kind of broke down in the room yesterday. And that Bear really hasn't weighed in at all. And the only guy that's going to fix this is Bear. If these guys
Bear's
come
been
to an
weighing in.
understanding.
He's just sick of both of them right now. That's the
Yeah,
honest truth.
But
Why do
I
you
really
say?
think
Why
that
do you say the only person that can fix it is Bear? Why do you say that?
because I think it's gonna come down to money, and I think that Bear has a really good gauge of being a businessman, saying, "Hey, if it's just money, you guys." He knows Archie very well. He knows Archie can be very vindictive and very abusive. Timmy's got, a little bit of abuse going on at home. He's got the stress of trying to make a living off of YouTube. But he knows that he's successful at it and he could do it. So, but the thing is, I mean, how would you like to have that, Lux, where every single time that you're successful and you have a successful night and you feel good about the content you're giving the people that are following you, that you got to get taken down 2 or 3 notches every time because you had more super chats than this guy, or you got a big PayPal, or you got, it's always money. Okay. And when it comes to money, I can tell you right now, I don't know Archie, but I know him well enough. He's not going to believe anything that Timmy tells him. He's asking Timmy to send expense receipts from New York to him so he could double check everything. So these guys, I don't see why they can't come to a business arrangement. If Archie feels that, once Timmy goes up above $250 in super chats on his pre-show, because obviously Archie thinks that Timmy would never have a pre-show if it wasn't for him. Some of that's true, that they should just come to a business arrangement, a little business plan.
Now, I just want to say,
in the background.
I just want to say something to my lovely Fat Wild Big Ben. You're threatening me that you're going to release the mails I send you? You think other people didn't saw it, that mail, you fucking stupid cunt? I mean, there is nothing there to say in case you do
Oh,
some
you guys
shit
have
wrong.
been emailing each other?
No, it's
Marcelo,
right
you
down
should do
here
that
in
in
the
private,
chat,
Marcelo.
I'm
Marcelo,
afraid
do
of
it in
this fucking
private.
cunt.
Marcelo, private. Do it in
Yeah.
private.
Yeah. No, these
Yeah,
are
Curly
fucking
Q.
Whenever
Hold on, guys. We got a super chat. Gary Dunez, $10. Tim earns his money. Archie expects it without effort.
I think Tim takes really good care of Archie. Archie wouldn't be going on any of these trips. And as soon as Tim got to Australia, he started handing him hundreds of dollars. I don't see Tim doing, if I make more than $250 on the pre-show, he's going to start paying off. Like, it's
Well,
completely
Archie's tried that before when he fired him, remember?
not
He
particularly.
told Tim he wouldn't throw the link or let him drop the link in the chat. He wanted 150 a show or something like that, or 150 a week. It was something like that, where he tried to lay down a subscription model, if you would, to the audience, and Tim wasn't having it.
They just need to come to a business arrangement. It's a Timmy wings it, and this is Archie's business. I mean, I don't know. That's the way in my opinion, the worst thing that could happen is that
mixing it like that, I don't see happening. These guys are both free men.
No, they're not.
You're
They're
not
not
gonna
free.
mix Nike and Reebok. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Whatever
Mathis,
happened.
you got one guy that's been doing this shit for 12 years. Maybe he's in a slump, okay? And he sees a guy like Timmy that's doing pretty damn well. And not only that, but Archie always had a little something on Timmy because of watch knowledge. And the one thing that I could say, I'm not a watch guy, but I do enjoy watching men that work very hard in their lives reward themselves and describe, like as if a guy buys a classic car. Cars are my thing, and the guy, tells you, well, this is numbers matching. So I like that. I like a collector's viewpoint. It's a kind of a man thing. Like women talk about shoes and dresses. They could talk for hours, and you could sit in a store and think like, what the fuck are you doing all these hours spending just for shoes? But you could understand it because men do the same thing when it comes to details of a watch or something like that. So, but Timmy.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have Bear Clooney watches in the chat. Archie is good for Timmy, and Timmy is good for Archie. Problem is that they both become too greedy, and they're both lazy. They want more for less. And I think that is a very good assumption or synopsis, if you will. Bear Clooney watches. I laugh at the comment, Timmy works hard. Bear, if you got some time, I know you said you were going to take a break, but neither Tim nor Arch are here, so maybe this one wouldn't count against your break against live streams. But I think you could provide some context, especially Snake the Flake starts making a lot of assumptions into the background that I think you would
have
be
to
able to
realize
clarify.
This is not
Yes,
Archie's
but on
first
another note,
rodeo.
go ahead.
Hold on. Give Lux the floor.
This is not Archie's first rodeo. He's had loads of guests come and go. This has happened many, many, many times before. He's fallen out with many different people for whatever the reasons. Archie will continue on. Archie will continue to make a living on YouTube, and everything will be fine.
No,
Absolutely.
that's one thing.
Amen. Amen, Lux Report. Hell yeah.
Gary Dunez, $20.
Long
Bear,
live
come
the
give us your thought.
pontiff.
GD, Commander Bear here. I salute you, sir. You were missed.
Yeah, but you know what, Lux Report, on the flip side of that coin, I believe the same thing about Timmy. But the thing is,
if it happens, Timmy does his thing.
It's such a shame. It's such a shame because the one thing that you got to realize is that there's a lot of overlap from community people going back and forth, and when you have a breakup
good
like
at
that,
networking, where Archie is good at fracturing relationships.
Well, you know what I really like, Hoff? I really like when Timmy is Archie's man on the street. You know what I mean? Like Archie's reached a certain point where he shouldn't have to do what Timmy does, but he could direct it. You know what I mean?
It's like Howard Stern and Stuttering John, right?
Exactly. When Timmy does Archie's man on the street, Archie brings a different perspective, and also, he'll tell him, "Hey, Timmy, are you nuts? What are you doing showing that guy, your $40,000 watch? Get out of there. Oh my God, how are you getting away with?" Timmy would probably get the shit beat out of him so many times, but that camera disarms people.
It does.
They drop their guard.
Firsthand, Carly. I've seen it.
And he's really good. And he's really good at it. He's got really good charisma. There's no reason that Archie can't use that for his benefit, and there's no reason that Timmy can't use it for his benefit. And to be honest with you, that's the way. Those two guys, they're meant for each other. I believe.
I do too. Dirk Diggler, $2. Can Curly say, "Now go get your shine box," but we need it properly.
Go get your fucking shine box.
Oh, wow.
If you go back 10 years, you remember the Urban Gentry, TGV or whatever his name was? Yeah, that fell apart, and Archie continued, and he's been even bigger than he was before. Federico, Marco, Clive, the list goes on. There's hundreds of guys that have been on the coattails of Archie, and Archie is continued on. So
exactly.
Guys, drop a link for Bear. Drop a link for Bear.
Drop a link. Exactly. And we got this flake Narc guy, you know where we got him from? He was a fan of TPG first, and now
So
he's
was
here
I.
throwing. Now he's here throwing $2-4 a night. So things are always changing.
I just want to highlight a comment Breitling said. People say Timmy works hard and puts the time in. Quantity and quality are distinctly different, which I agree. I would like to see Timmy raise the quality and slow down on the
Well,
quantity.
I mean,
Bear Clooney
dude,
watches. Like it or not, like Archie, he is about 100 times more famous than Timmy. AC3 is well known way beyond this live stream community. Timmy, not so much. I agree with Lux Report without question.
Is Timmy featured on Vice? No, Archie is.
Yeah.
you know what? I mean, it's like I don't want to pick sides. I mean, they're both very entertaining in their own ways, and it's just a shame that to see people split up over money. I mean, that's all I could say. I mean, Timmy's only going to be able to take the stress for so long. Archie's not easy and especially Timmy takes everything from trolls, from shit comments, from at home. But when it comes to money, money always splits people up. The money always even ruins a good opportunity.
No,
So,
that is fair.
if they could just come, if they could just come up with a business plan where Archie's happy with it and Timmy can make a living on it, it would be great. There's no doubt that Archie will be Archie and he could, move on. That's not the point. The point is that these two guys are good for each other. So,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But every famous person needs a fixer. Okay? And GD said it greatly. Commander Bear, only you can fix this. Sometimes you need a guy.
What I get
Sometimes you
upset
need a
with,
guy in a suit to take out the trash and to yell at you when he gets back. And Bear, we need you when you're done with your vision. You need to give Timmy a smack, somebody else a smack, and let's get back to Watchdog.
yeah, you're right, Matt. This Bear is uniquely qualified, I think, from anybody I've seen to kind of either split, fix this thing and split these guys on good terms or keep these guys together on good terms. I really think that he's uniquely qualified for it.
By the way, you guys are right. OG, it seems like cool guy. He's okay. He's not like 300 and the Fat White Big Band that are going to make a special video for them.
Marcelo's such a
still fighting in the background.
I'm still.
Yeah, Carly, you got to search for. I tried to send it to you in the chat, but you probably missed it. On the Austin Daniels live stream, someone confront Marcelo.
Snake the flake. Take the garbage out later. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, hold on. I'll mute you, Flake.
Thank God. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not very computer literate. This was even tough for me to do. So, but I'll take your word for it.
Can you pull up a comment from Bear? Archie is a legend in the watch community.
Oh, sorry. Boom. Right here. Bear Clooney watches. Archie is a legend in the watch community. Our live stream community is a small segment of real watch community. I care about both of them. Yep.
100%.
And Captain Kirk even
and I want to point out a little bit extra regarding that.
Even brothers sometimes get into arguments and fights. Absolutely the truth.
The only thing I find a little weird is Bear being as smart and business savvy as he is. He never mentions money. I mean, I know he's mentioned greedy, but I believe that these guys, it's over their money. Their money is their business, but if they're going to enjoy the fruits of both of their labors, I mean, you can't tell me that Timmy's pre-show and after show doesn't help Archie. I mean,
Yeah. Oh no, the pre-show. You know how I know how much it helps Archie, because the first time Arch ever called me on WhatsApp was to see if I could fire up the show with Arch or for Timmy before his show last week,
or even
and
like
then
when Bear
walked me through how to do it and link the show and send the traffic through his channel. So it
or even
definitely
when
means
Bear
something
comes in
to
and
me.
wakes him up, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times has Bear flown in and just like you could actually feel through the screen the whole energy change, you know?
Yes, without question. My wife loves Bear.
I mean, Bear even makes Mike the Snake paddleable. You know, you could even
no,
pick Mike the Snake when Bear's on there.
yeah, he cringes. You see him sit upright. He spits whatever the hell, the tobacco or whatever is kind of saliva is always pooling in the bottom of his mouth when he
Yeah,
speaks.
it's kind of
Yeah.
weird because you kind of like I backtracked and I saw some of Bear's. I never even knew Bear had his own channel.
Oh yeah,
And
Bear used to make amazing watch
dude, he
videos.
made some man. He had this. I mean, I can't.
And it
I mean,
was what I loved about Bear's channel, and I'm sure Lux will agree here. Bear's channel had like a mission statement where he was in search of the perfect wristwatch. So it's like such a great model for a channel where you could try on all these watches, and it's like this never-ending quest for the perfect wristwatch.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like I found the perfect watch, and then the next video comes and it's the next perfect watch. The last one I saw was the one he did about the I'm not good at watches. The Cellini, I think it's called the Prince.
Oh, the Cellini Prince.
The square Rolex. His video starts off with the Chrysler Building, the Empire State Building in New York. Such an awesome video, and then I'm like, why isn't this guy do more videos, man?
Well, I think it's because it takes a lot of time to make videos at that level.
So you can't tell me that what Timmy does is not hard work, because it takes a lot of time. And I mean, you could say what you want about Timmy, but that last video he did with Diego's watch collection.
But Curly, that's just a recent thing. Timmy's one-time procrastinator.
But how long has he been doing it? You know, you got to give the kid a chance. You know.
Yeah, listen,
that was awesome. The way he did it was awesome.
Corner. I agree. I was very proud of him on that one. And when I heard the backstory of how he actually directed it, and hearing from Diego the kind of behind the scenes there, and how he put it all together, and he had a clear vision. I was very proud of him. Hold on, Snake. I'm going to take you off mute. I didn't know if.
Is Timmy coming on, Hoff? Are you doing this until Timmy comes on?
No. I got work tomorrow, so I had actually intended on pulling the cord at 1:30. I don't know what time he lands, and I ended up doing this till like 5 a.m. yesterday, and crushed my whole day today. So,
you did a good job.
Thank you, buddy. And it was good to have you on, man. It really is great when people start jumping on, and there's always that tipping point of the moment that gets you on that first stream, and then you get comfortable and you start, every once in a while you start popping on, and that's when you really kind of see another side of this, and it becomes a lot more fun. And I think you were great on the panel tonight, so I would absolutely encourage you in joining more often.
Yeah, but thank you. I appreciate that. My viewpoint's a little different because I have not watched Archie or any of you guys for a very long time, but during COVID, I kind of got shut down, and I don't even have cable in my home.
Just so you know, I only started kind of coming on these streams like probably, I don't know, 2 months ago at this point.
Are you kidding me? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I haven't been that long. I just met Timmy, a few times in New York, and then slowly but surely you fall victim to participating on the live streams after a while. When you seen them, and then slowly but surely I was coming on. Hold on, we got Bear. Tim Wright spends minimal effort on actual content. Archie actually still makes content on Paul Pluter and Archie Luxury Channel. Timmy primarily runs live streams for his super chats.
Yeah, but which one makes more money?
Well, I think at the end of the day, we were talking about creating those videos and stuff like that. So let's.
I mean, you know what? Like I said, I'm not gonna. Bear knows more about this game than I do, but all I could say is I'll compare Diego's, watch collection review with I don't know, Archie's rug beetles. I mean, I don't know what.
No, see, in fairness, you got to go back to Archie's catalog. I think someone needs to curate a playlist for you, and then you can.
Well, I mean,
get
yeah.
a better idea.
Hey Hoff.
Yeah.
The Chevy Blazer used to be the #1 selling vehicle 10 years ago. You know what I mean? I mean, Bear's a businessman. You don't make money going back in your past. Maybe you do on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know this game. But my point is if it's coming down to money, it's a shame to see these two guys battle over money. It really is, because I think you guys got something special going. It's a small niche thing.
And Green Machine puts it perfect. Tim really truly is a reporter for the community. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this one up, but hold on, I want to find a good outro.
And free green room, green room, come back. Free green room, come back.
Yes.
Hey, thanks a lot, Hoff, for giving me the opportunity, Mathis. It was nice talking to you, Lux.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, a new character has been unlocked tonight.
A new
Curly
character.
Q2.
And Marcelo, I'm glad you changed your avatar. Snake the Flake.
Listen, I hope you guys can see my channel and my videos. You know how much I was working my ass off on my videos? Nobody say nothing. My videos was a piece of art, you guys. I mean, you know how hard I was working.
All right,
on my
we'll be
videos?
anxiously
No
waiting for
appreciation
your
at all.
Fat Windbag Ben and three-hander videos.
Hey, Hoff,
that's going to be a slider.
how do you end it? What button do you hit to end?
Well, we're gonna. I have a video loaded up if you guys want to end on a good note. Okay.
Oh, okay. So what do you hit, Mathis? You hit leave?
I don't know. Hoff's gonna do it.
Yeah, you can hit leave studio. Just hit leave
thanks,
studio
Hoff.
from your end.
So
you guys
this
have a
is
good
one
night.
of
you too.
We're gonna end tonight on a positive note. We're not gonna listen to anything Snake the Flake has said tonight or the past 3 weeks that he's been running his fucking mouth. Okay.
Yes,
so
Curly, this is a good intro to Marcelo for you.
Curly, this is something I want you to watch.
Just going out to the new character Curly Q Unlocked.
This is for Curly Q Unlocked, the Chicago branch.
Have a good night, gentlemen. Thank you.
Curly, ready? Here you go. Watch this. This is Marcelo talking to a very famous YouTuber.
Okay.
I hope to see you and your husband coming here to Japan.
We would love to.
And that would be awesome. And then
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to lock the restaurant, and I'm going to basically fuck both of you guys, including me, and we're going to get drunk till the end.
No, and then
I like to do that.
Lost in translation. I'm gonna.
There was Hebrew in there. I think there was a Hebrew word.
You know, Kelly, listen. This is what I do with my best customers, and I have customers that.
One more time.
Yeah, run that back.
To see you.
All right. So here we go.
I hope to see you and your husband coming here to Japan.
We would love to.
And that would be awesome. And then
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to lock the restaurant, and I'm going to basically fuck both of you guys, including me, and we're going to get drunk till the end. I like to do that.
Yo, the look on her face. Mathis, run that back one more time so everyone can concentrate on the look on Kelly's face. Look, she's like enjoying it.
Okay. For this
You
chick,
gotta focus on Kelly's face.
for this chick to jump on Marcelo's stream at this time, Marcelo didn't even have 1,000 subs yet. He wasn't even monetized. Marcelo, and he got this chick to come on, and this is what he fucking said to her. Okay, The legend Marcelo. I love you.
The opportunity and I hope to see you and your husband coming here to Japan
We
in
would
a
love
visit,
to.
and that would be awesome. And then
Absolutely.
and then I'm going to lock the restaurant, and I'm going to basically fuck both of you guys, including me, and we're going to get drunk.
Get lost in translation.
Something got lost there. There was Hebrew in there. I think there was a Hebrew word.
Kevin, listen, this is what I do with my best customers, and I have customers that
Thank you, Lucio.
yeah.
Yeah, so subscribe
Mathis,
to
you are legend. You are legend.
subscribe to
Mathis.
Thank you. Subscribe to Marcelo Time.
Yo,
Thank you, Curly.
Imagine if Ross Rachel Brady was here.
Yeah.
I think he would have had a stroke.
I'll send it to him personally.
Yeah, you got to throw it in the chat and ask him to tape a reaction. All right, everyone, have a great night. We should have Tim back in action tomorrow. And given all the controversy, I'm going to end on this note. Special shout to Breitling for making this video for Timmy.